Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Oh, let me move my stuff over to the proper spot and switch over to the proper game when I was over here. I think this was the better way to do it. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you're ready for some more Dread Delusion. Now, today, unfortunately, I'm noticing that my speed boost has been fixed upon reloading. That is sad. But how's everybody doing? How are you doing, Destron? Ed, Death? I'm glad you are doing good, Destron and Ed. Where am I at on the map here? Because what we need to do, we need to head down here, up here. I need to get to the Vision Works, see if I can get something going with that. Now, I don't know how I broke the speed boost, but I'm going to miss it greatly. You know which way we have to go. We're going to make full use of this speed boost. Pardon me, fellas. There's no in-game audio. Oh, that's weird. That is actually weird. Let me check that. Thank you for telling me. I think because I was resetting my system, broke that. Let me see. Should it be this? It should be that. No, it is not that. There we go. How about this one? There we go. Cheese denied? Yeah, it was a little bit denied. I have to actually pay mana like everyone else now, which is unfortunate. Unless I can figure out how to replicate it. Then I don't have to pay for it. You managed to find a way inside the Royal Vision Works where you've been told you might find a cure. Okay. Well, this is the guy we did not have a good conversation with last time, but maybe he doesn't remember said conversation. I'm worried that he will ask for something in return. We shall see. Let me be prepared for this. Never mind, we already are. The Armed Avenger returns. You have further demands. I'm here on behalf of a woman who can't wake up. My clerk listens to your tale of studious dispassion, his brow slightly furrowed. It is a most unfortunate case, alas. It is also a familiar one. Would you like the good news first or the bad news? The bad news. The bad news is that there is no known cure for chronic onironism once it advances to such a late stage. Naturally, this is a major avenue of my research, but in my professional opinion, it is unlikely to bear fruit for at least a decade. The good news is that I can offer at least 2 solutions to the poor girl's predicament. Your mother may not like them, but I am a doctor and not a minor god. The simplest option is for Naja to join our happy crew. Many of our workers are chronic cases like her. I can assure you that they are comfortable and well taken care of. He does. It's nothing a little brain damage can't fix. Then I deny your existence. Let's see. His mother would share in the profits while being relieved of the burden of caring for her. We could visit regularly during our open hours. Naturally, we would also pay you a finder's fee. Alternatively, we could buy our own vision siphon, also known as a dream crown. I believe the current price is 120 coins, including permit fee. This would enable her to support Naja at home by bottling and selling her visions independently. Buying a dream crown. If memory serves, she could buy one at Vidal's shop. She would need a permit, but since I chair the body that approves said permits, that won't be a problem. I must caution you that without the benefit of our extensive distribution network and our royal monopoly on exports, this option would inevitably be less lucrative for the asset. On the other hand, with practice, Yasmin could learn to capture her own dreams and administer them to Nausea, potentially permitting a form of bi-directional communication between the pair. Any other questions? Oh. Okay. Okay, so we should probably buy the option, is what I would assume is the smartest choice for us. Although the quickest thing to do to get back there... Hey, we're back there. So, I do not have the money. I do have the money. When did I get all that money? Where did I pick all that money up? I don't recall doing that. Okay, well, hey, that makes it a whole lot easier if I already have all the money set. That is wildly useful. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I believe it was over here. Was it? I'm trying to remember. No, it's that. That building right there, I think. Yeah. I was right next to it. I think it's this building. Set up here and help this lady out. Okay. Find Yasmin feeding her daughter porridge from a wooden bowl, singing a soft lullaby. She looks worn down to the bone. Yasmin glances in your direction. Hello, do you have any luck? I managed to find a doctor, but it's not good news. You hand her the sheaf of paper that Prip gave you. To explain. The way Yasmin listens, you can tell that she has plenty of experience maintaining composure in the face of tragedy. This time, though, it's not enough. Give her a silent hug. When she's finished, she looks over at Nausea for a long time. Oh my darling, how could I have let this happen to you? I know you did your best, but this is quite the dilemma you brought me. What do you think I should do? Keep her at home, even if it'll be a struggle sometimes. I feel like if she loses all connection, she'll have no purpose. Can't put a price on family. I may not know how to care for Nausea properly or bottle visions, but I can learn. King knows I've seen a lot of change in my life, although it would be a lot of work. If my sickness flares up, I might not be able to keep the business going. We'd easily end up back where we started without a penny. My heart tells me I should keep Nausea here, no matter how long it takes for me to learn the visions, how difficult it would be to take care of her. If there's any way I can still communicate with her, even if it's only through dreams, I want to take it. Truthfully, though, it's moot. I don't have 120 coins to buy a dream crown from life. I doubt I ever will. My neighbors have been a tremendous help, but there isn't that much cash in this entire tenement. I suppose I'll get in touch with this Dr. Prip and begin the process. What if I could pay for your dream crown? You can tell that Yasmin is conflicted about your offer. What? Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that. You've already helped so much. Call it a loan if you like. No interest. Pay it back before the world ends. Smiles a little, then looks up to you with tears in her eyes. Very well, that will be enough time, I should think. Oh, we got a delusion for that. Good. Worth the money, then. Whatever the outcome, you've helped Nausea more than I could have asked. I wish I could pay for your time, but, well, this will suffice. Oh! Since the militia have all but abandoned the countryside, you should be left alone. Thank you. Sweet. It turns out we paid for a house. That's what we did. Okay, yeah. I'm feeling fine. I got another house. And I'm going to go check it out. See... Everything comes back in time. I now have two houses. Indeed. I have a manor and this other house. We're going to go check it out, see if I can get some upgrades. I do not think I have the ore for that at the moment, but Should be respectable. And then if I can get another home in the other area, then I'll really be set. In fact, let's not set it there. Because I won't have enough money to upgrade anything. Yep. Oh, it's very cheap to upgrade. A balcony, an annex, a workshop. Let's open with this. Yes. Good. Grab a balcony. Oh, I don't have enough money. I think I have to sleep to see the upgrades. I'm still trying to decipher how I want to handle this. Because like I said, if I keep going with Persona, I could sell all the treasure and get a lot of money. Would be kind of nice. If I wait it out. Because I do have a lot of sum in just these resources. Like I have 5 of these. 55 apiece. I don't remember what these were worth, but somehow this remarkable treasure is less than glorious treasure. You figure it out. Yeah, we're missing iron, or, iron ore. Fine ore, we have 9 of it, and we only have 1 of the Ambarian ore. But I think they might have moved that to be a lot more towards whatever happens after these 2 areas. If there is, of course. I don't know that. But we shall see. I don't know what's up with all this beer I have, if I can just sell it or drink it. This item, I don't really want to use it. I don't know what these are for. See, I don't see why you would want to use it. A Corshi. Who was that? We met someone that had that. We can also go turn in some of the stuff we've got. Whatever. We got the house. That's what matters. Okay, so there was another quest. There was that one, which we handled, which is good. We didn't want to keep having to run out there for money, so forget that. I talked to Reza, who told me when you get back up to that place that you need to turn in her item instead of the one that a lady has, which I think we will do that when the time comes. We have to get through the Lost City of Progress. That is another mission. And I think the last thing we need to do as far as quests... let's see. Well, we still need a ship to do the one quest. We don't need roads. I need to do... Well, once we get to the... once we're done with this area, we need to go back to the Erudite Academy and link the one right next to it. I forgot you had to do that. We have to talk with Sunil, the Madness of the King. So all we have to do right now... 3 things, I suppose. We have to talk with Sunil. Sunil? Whatever. You guys know who I'm talking about. The guy right next to the king. And I think we're going to go with the no clockwork king, because that doesn't seem like a good idea. People will suffer, true, but it's got to be better than having a robot that can go crazy again. This doesn't sound like a good plan. Also, if we're taking out gods, we might as well continue with the plan. Speak quickly, citizen. My time is in high demand. Project Horoscope. There's his eyes at you. Am I meant to recognize that name? You're telling me that some other Sunil Khan's name all over the project files. The hint of surprise, the first time you've seen him off balance. How did you tell Sunu what you discovered about Oleg's daughter, Afra? When you finished, he sighs. My, you have been inquisitive. For your loyalty's not so obviously suspect, you might even have made a good interpreter. So, what is it you imagine you will get from me? Oleg deserves to know the truth. Chief Interpreter Afra deserves to know the truth. Things recorded in the Library of Untruths are fiction. They never happened. We are discussing imaginary hypotheticals. You understand? Sure, this is all only a fairy tale. Oddly, Sunil smiles. In a certain land, in a certain kingdom, very far away from here, yes, quite so. In a certain land, there was a king with magical powers. One day, the king's retainers asked if he could use his magic to transform people into their best selves. The king agreed, but first ordered a test. The king's retainers would scour the land to find 6 people who, between them, embodied all its variations in character and temperament. The king would then multiply each candidate 6-fold, changing every copy in a different way. The original candidates would remain unchanged to see what happened when the king did nothing. And to keep the test pure, the king would make all 36 subjects forget they were ever part of it. Is that why the king wouldn't grant Oleg's daughter's wishes? I want to hear how this story ends. The 6th candidate, Afra, was wild and disobedient, showing little promise, yet it was one of their copies. The 6th, in fact, proved wisest of all. And so the king was satisfied, and began using his magic to create many more good and faithful subjects. It was a great sorrow when the original Afra was consumed by a plague unleashed by the king's enemies, but eventually, the plague was defeated, and everyone, or almost everyone, lived happily ever after. So there ends the fairy tale. There ends your telling it. Wish for a happy ending of your own. Is this how it started with Project Horoscope? Oh, would you care to explain your logic? You gave your king the power to alter people, then people began turning into monsters. Don't you think that's a little bit suspicious? Examined you silently for some time. You must think you're very clever indeed, like a child who sees a house burn down and believes the wood is the That the corruption is entangled with the king's power of alteration is trivially true. The guild has never denied it. The real question is, who or what is thwarting those powers' direct operation? But it is abundantly clear that you know nothing of the king's magic. I have better things to do than to indulge the misapprehensions of children. Okay. So there we go. We got the story. So the robot was making many, many copies. I wonder if I could tell Afra that. So let's go talk with Oleg first. Tell him the truth, and then I'll talk with Afra. See if we can tell her the truth of that. Hello, good sir. Find Oleg absorbed in some kind of word puzzle. He is sober. When he glances up, you see bags under his eyes. You again. Have you come to throw in the towel? I found your daughter. Her name was Afra. There's you a long time without visible emotion. You're trying to scam me. You picked that out of some book you read. She'd be 36 this year. She worked on a farm in Istria. She wanted to come home to Ferropolis, but the king denied her. Oh, well, all these are true. Let's start with the age. Looks at the wall, starting to reach for a bottle, then stops. Afra, what kind of name is that? Must have been Genevieve's idea. I would never have chosen it. Well, you used past tense, so I assume it's not good news. Tell him about Project Horoscope. Actually, it's complicated. Tell Oleg the whole story from the cleanup camp to your confrontation with Sundam. At one point, his hand begins shaking, so he hides them in his lap. I had suspicions, of course, that my forgetting was no accident. We all know the guild changes people, normal people, not just crooks and saboteurs. If you were observant, you see signs everywhere. Only you can never be sure who's safe to tell. Hey, Andy, how's it going? He shakes his head. Special project. I guess I ought to feel honored. He should have looked after her, given her an easy job, a pension. At least a fucking medal. Well then, do you still have my locket? Silently hand it over. Takes the locket gingerly in both hands, as if afraid of breaking it. Bows his forehead against what feels like an eternity. Oleg looks up at you, clearly struggling for words. The way this ended is no fault of yours. You have given me answers. I am in your debt. Wait a minute, this isn't over. His expression turns sour. What now? Can a man not be left to grieve in peace? There are versions of your daughter that survived. Don't you want to meet them? Corrupted or not, Afra recognized the locket. She remembered you. That's... You going to say that some part of her is still in there, that maybe there's a way to save her? There's foolish tales people tell themselves because they're scared of the truth. It says a corpse may gasp and twitch for hours after death, so the corrupted vomit up chunks of the person they replaced. What you spoke to was only an echo. Besides, what would I do? Break her out of the cage, smuggle her past quarantine, hide her in my cupboard? Then we would both be destroyed. My daughter is gone. Whatever that thing is, has her body now. Let them burn it. More questions. There are versions of your daughter that survived. Do you want to meet them? I am happy for them, but they are not my daughters. You say that they were altered by magic, then they are new people. If they are anyone's children, they are the king's. Let its majesty look for them. If it wants. Now please, no more questions. When you see you're part of this, your job upholds the regime that got her killed. He eyes you venomously. What exactly are you saying? That this was my fault? What kind of question is that for a grieving father? You have power in this kingdom, you could do something. And just carry on like nothing is wrong. Slams the table. Enough! What the hell do you know about my life? About my country? You're doing good, Andy. I'm glad to hear it, man. So he does not care. It doesn't seem like it. Think I could just knock on the king's door and ask nicely? You think they can't find someone else who wants my job in my house? I protect this kingdom. It is outsiders like you sneaking in and out, smugglers, mercenaries, saboteurs, and spies that forced the king to take such a heavy hand. If everyone followed the law, none of this would have happened. Oh boy. Now please, no more questions. Alright. This key was kindly donated by a smuggler we picked up. In a polite civil conversation, he told us that it unlocked a stolen royal freight capsule, jettisoned from his ship while flying over one of the outlying islands. Nobody visits. For an outlying island, nobody visits. Royal freight capsule. Island is only reachable by air, but you can bet there's treasure in that capsule. Going to be my retirement plan, but until somehow the key vanished from our stockpile. Oh well, happens all the time. Now I must ask one more favor, not for me, but for my daughter. Take this candle, the missing person's notice board. After dark, light it, let that be an end. Don't you want to be there when I light it? I will find my own kind of ceremony. Some things must be done properly, that is all. Farewell. Okay. How's it going, Darwin? We got a lighted candle, but he did give me something for an island. He says can only be reached by air. Probably out there, if I had to guess. Once we get a ship, we'll find out. But it's not until we get a ship. Or it could be one of these two, I guess. Because we saw one of them crashed. And I think it was... Well, we landed here. I think we saw it here. So it might be around there, who knows. But we'll have to look for it once we get a ship. We gotta wait till nighttime. How much money do I have? I have enough for a bed. So, that's the missing persons. So we have to still go and go to the City of Progress. We need to take care of the Robot King. I think we'll go to the City of Progress first. I'll take it. Let's rest one more time, just to get our stamina back. And we'll rest till nighttime so we can light the candle. So we should probably make note that there's an island we can go to. Thank you. Alright, so this time it should go a little bit smoother. Kinda. I know, you need to fix your diet. I had a bad case of heartburn the other day after eating some garbage. Well, that'll happen. mean, it's always good to fix your diet no matter what, but, you know, it's... you'll eventually find some food that's not great. It's not agreeable. You know, honestly, for me, the one thing that'll give me heartburn is, pepperonis. I can eat spicy stuff. Don't get it. You know, it's just... For some reason, some pizzas, only some types of pepperoni. And I don't know what the difference is there, but it sometimes gets me. And I know that probably makes no sense, and I'm sure someone has a proper idea of that. But I'm not that person, so pepperoni, yeah. It depends. Pepperoni's a little weird because for me, there is there's some that they just put too many. There's too much pepperoni. And that's always the worst. Okay, we gotta go over here. I don't know if there's anything up on that if I would... how are we doing for that? Delusions, we're only 1 in on that. I see Destron's secret food stash. You had a breakfast pizza. I mean... I don't think the time of day that you have said item usually matters in the grand scheme of things. Looking through there to make sure there's no loot. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, that sucks. Breakfast topping pizza? What would be the breakfast toppings? Maybe. I could be way off, but if he is, I'd like to know the breakfast. What counts as it? Breakfast pizza, eggs, sausage, and bacon. Oh, okay. Hash browns, yeah. So, like, what do they do for the eggs? Just scrambled eggs after it's done? Sausage, I probably would not be a fan of such things. Bacon I've seen, though bacon for me's, scrambled egg bits. Maybe. I never tried that on pizza. I have had bacon, but bacon was always weird for me, only because there has been times that I've had bacon on it. I don't prefer it, only because bacon is even more so an issue for me. Oh, jeez. That bacon for me can very quickly overwhelm my taste buds, that all I taste is bacon, and I don't get the rest of the pizza. And I dislike it when that happens. Because I wasn't there for the bacon taste. So I really don't prefer it. And I don't know why that is. I guess just the grease of the bacon just is overpowering for my palate. I think that's the word. Did I go in here? Yes, I did. Been having it for years, just recently. Just been eating a little extra garbage without thinking. Well, you know, it can eventually hit that limit where you just cut back on it a little bit. It could just be you have to just switch it up for a little bit. No, as in all things, moderation. Oh! Mushed your way in through here. Wow, I can't believe I missed that door. I was right here and I saw the boxes and I was like, oh, well, whatever. Throwing knives. Oh, what do you want, buddy? Bye-bye. Ooh, not quite. Ow! 5 coins, though, off those guys. Really nice. Oh my gosh. It's Oh, lockpicks! This is what I wanted the whole time, and now that I have them back up in good numbers. Uh-oh. Now that I have them, you know, they're just everywhere. It's so weird. Oh. Oops. Well, that was lucky, but I need to switch my helmet back. Give me a second here. There we go. Wow. What could it be? Glorious Silk, a good find. I think what I'm going to do with my next set of 2 Glorious Silk, unless there's better armor than those, which I doubt it, because that'd be a little weird how limited there is seeming with, like, resources. But I'm thinking what I want to do is upgrade the hat for Charm, just to get the 30. Because I think that'll be slightly better for me as far as other upgrades. Like, there probably wouldn't be other cloth upgrades I'd want to grab. I mean, I don't even have any other hats right now to upgrade, but still, the point being, I wouldn't want to do it. Oh, wow, if you jump the window, you could go through here and go around. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Oh, I think that was the triangle key right there. Now, I did see that there was something... Oh, it's right here. I did break in here, yes. That was the kid writing. Whoa, wait a minute. Door needs a key. Looks like a regular key. We'll have to see what, Oh, is he gonna see us? Maybe not. He did, right at the end. Alright, just take him out. A lot of throwing knives, and we're kind of past the point of throwing knives being there. I think I understand the point of the throwing knives. They're really just kind of they're almost like a stocking stuffer for your loot. Like, oh, we don't want him to drop nothing, so you get a throwing knife. Ammunition's probably in the same boat. That is also going to need a key. So I'm guessing we're getting a second key. And that will open that door and the other one. I hope. You know, I seem to remember, like, when we played, and I could be misremembering. I'm almost certain that I am. But I seem to be remembering that you could jump higher with the chimney. I wonder if they took that away. Doesn't feel like I'm jumping any higher. I swear that was a thing. On guard duty, huh? Too bad. Also, you know what? Another thing was, because you were talking about the, wow, I rolled a 1. It's the spicy chicken. You know, I don't often eat, chicken sandwiches. Just not a typical thing for me. Never choose to get it. And I don't have a good reason for that other than it just never comes up that I'm like, yep, that's what I want. Ah, yep, there we go. That's what I figured. Square key was in here. Don't either. It was $5 a pound on Friday and the lady in front of me stole all the regulars. Oh, really? Yeah, some people do that. They're just like, yep, they just grab all of it, which, I get it. Not like they owe anybody anything, but it always sucks to see it. You're just like, really? That is, of course, the question of... Were you getting fresh, or were you getting, like, the frozen stuff so you can make it later? Like, you get a lot of it, instead of just that, Oh, you were getting it fresh? I've waited for that before. Like, even seeing that they had some stuff. Ooh! Hey, now we have 2. The question is, what do I upgrade first? That is the real question. But I've waited for, stuff to be made fresh. And it's usually because I'm getting off from work, and they're like, hey, I say, hey, how long? If they're like, 10 or 15 minutes, like, yeah, I'll wait. I can wait for that. I am a patient man. Oh, there's some money out there. Oh, 45, yeah, that's too long. That'd be way too long to wait. Because at that point, you could just buy frozen and go home and cook it, and it's like, well, waiting here. Where was that? Oh, yes, it was, over here. I was supposed to find something here? Wait a minute. Money. Only 3 coins, though. I mean, when I'm this poor, any money's good. Oh, I wish. It's so rare to see potato wedges. It's just at the ready. Doesn't happen anymore. Oh, a music box cylinder. Oh, that's what it... There we go! That's why we were here. Well, this went smooth. Well, I think we're getting done with this area pretty quick. Alright, Horace, it's time to solve your problem. And the funny thing is, I think, excuse me. The funny thing here is, I don't think you have to solve anything with the Clockwork King. You just need the assistance of that guy. So I think if we solve his problem, we could just leave and not even deal with the king and be like, eh, well, whatever. It's not the main mission. Just leave them stuck in an eternal winter. It's like, okay. And I think with what she was saying earlier, when she was talking about him, like, zipping things away and saying, like, because they're always changing, it's eating the energy. I believe what that also means is because she's doing that, it isn't just cold in that area. Him causing a loss of stuff here is causing the cold. I don't know why this is here. I don't... This is weird. Okay, let's go put this music cylinder in, and I think that'll solve his problem. And we'll get to hear music. Funny enough, when I first saw it, I was so certain we were going to find multiple, and you could just keep coming back here to listen to, like, different songs. Which would have been awesome, but that would be kind of weird story-wise and, like, world-wise to do that. But I just thought... laboriously wind up the mechanism, and then... release. As the cylinder turns, its needles pluck the teeth of a steel comb, and a tender, twinkling music begins to play. Its haunting tune, somehow familiar and ethereal, all at once, like a lullaby from the time's own beginning. Feel a shiver run up your spinal cord. Hairs on your arms prick. Behind you, a porcelain teacup smashes on the floor. Metcalf gazes into nothingness, his eyes half closed, his breathing so slow and gentle as if he's sleeping. Wave your hand in front of his face. Quick as a flash, he jerks awake, grabs your wrist with a surprising strength. No. Frantic eyes dart around the room before coming to rest on you. Breathing is sharp and shallow, like he's just survived a fight. You blooming idiot! You've ruined my cover. Paxton Frost, I presume. Frost glares at you. You think I want to remember any of that mess? I did this, you nincompoop. I erased my memories. It's the only thing that kept me hidden from the Clockwork King for all these years. The only thing protecting Simone. Now you've gone and ruined it all. You blinking artichoke. That's interesting. It seems I still can't swear. You seriously brainwashed yourself to not swear? How did you erase your own memories? What? As if it's hard. Perhaps you're awake. You're aware that the king alters people's minds. With an old book on memory magic purloined from the Duchess, I had a little trouble back engineering the technology. I called in a favor from the Machinist Guild to create some false records, and voila, Horace Metcalf was born. Except now you've killed him. Prize flipping dimwit. You seriously brainwashed yourself not to swear? In my Dark Star days, I was known for having a rather dirty mouth. All that compensating, of course. Still making Horace more prissy seemed a useful addition to my guise. Artichokes blink? Maybe. Aren't you happy to be your true self again? He squints at you. You really don't get it, do you? I liked being Horace. Nobody ever shot at Horace. Nobody ever tried to throw him off a skyship. Nobody ever put a flipping typhus under his bed for beating them at cards, if I can read. You know how nice it is after years of being feared to simply be liked. Listen, listen, never mind all that. I need your help. Help? You blunder in here, you set fire to my life, and you want help. You can go hang yourself. I'll have my bally hands fully escaping the kingdom, and oh yes, never seeing anyone I love ever again. Bella Kalos is trying to destroy the world. Frost's brow rumple as he listens to your explanation. So it's begun. Bella's great work. Has she already gone to the Underlands? Yes. But we can't get to her without you. His eyes briefly widen. The cradle? You're sure of that? I thought it was only a myth. He shakes his head. Not my problem. If you found me, it's only a matter of time until the king finds me too. I must put my affairs in order and depart immediately. Helped Bella build her armor. How is she not your problem? He snarls. Because I was never a Darkstar. I was a spy. As a young man, it was my misfortune to become a hero of the Clockwork Kingdom. My aptitude with ancient Ambarian machines was prized, and I was easily dazzled by conditional acclaim. You must understand, the future used to be so bright here. People lived well, and we truly seemed on the brink of a better world. I wanted to believe that more than anyone. When the king gave me a chance to truly serve my country, I accepted. Ding dong, the hag is gone. I posed as a disgruntled... I don't actually have... Emerge? Whatever. Offering my services to Vela Kalos. Together we spent the next 8 years unlocking the secrets of the Ambarian, all of which I secretly relayed to my sovereign. Having been somewhat of a thespian in my school days, I confess I found the subterfuge exciting. However, one does not wear a mask for so long without it changing one's face. As news from the kingdom grew darker, I came to trust Vela over the king. She promised that we could be the ones to build Elysium. Using the powers from before the world ended. Until that blooming mutiny, I believed her. Oh. What caused the mutiny? Discontent had long been brewing over the frayed relations with the Union. Anyone could see that Vela was growing more reckless and paranoid by the week. Her plan to drag us all to the Underlands was merely the final straw. How did Vela respond? Mutiny was led by Vela's childhood friend. I think she felt it as rejection, not only of her plans, but of herself, of everything they'd shared. Pray that on the day you feel like that, you do not have command of an Eschaton-class pillow-caliber howitzer? What did you do in the end? I fought for Vela that day, but my faith was broken. I'd lived through enough purges and coups d'etat in the king's early years to know a tyrant when I saw one. Still, my mission stood. So I thought. As it turned out, my next orders would be my last. The king wanted me to steal Vela's treasure map, betray the only people I'd ever felt truly at home with, and deliver untold power to an increasingly callous despot. Yet, what was my alternative? Betray my homeland and hand that power instead to an increasingly cruel and unstable outlaw? It was an impossible choice, so I did what any coward would do. I ran away. My only mistake was to hide my old memories instead of destroying them. A sentimental lapse I shan't repeat. Why did you choose those ruins in particular? Because they were my home. I grew up in progress amidst the machinery that was meant to liberate us all. As to how many of my family escaped, I can only speculate. A fitting grave for a failed patriot, wouldn't you say? What did Bella's treasure map point to? Something more valuable than gold, or so she said, an ancient artifact with the power to turn the world upside down. I was skeptical, but evidently the king was willing to burn my entire mission to get hold of it. No time for this. What's done is done. Regardless, nothing's changed. I still lack the courage to either help Vela or stop her. I've destroyed my life for no good purpose, and now I shall bid you adieu. You shut your mouth for 1 fucking second. His eyes narrow. I beg your pardon? How dare you? You know what's been happening in your beloved kingdom? Are you completely ignorant about anything outside your cozy little life? Of course I do. My memories from Horus are cloudy, but he wasn't blinking stupid. So you know everyone's memories keep vanishing and nobody knows why. Oh, you know summer's been abolished and nobody can get anything to eat. Well, wait, what? Been living in a dream, Frost. The real world is fucked. Found you. Don't you think I flipping know? That's why I wanted to be Horus. I see. You'd bury yourself in small comforts while the world is rent anew. There's a long silence as you stare at each other. Would you perhaps like a moment to get your breath back? Actually, I would. Ross lets out a long, deep sigh. You're right, of course. I have been hiding. Hiding from a fear that my better world would never come to pass. No matter who's in charge, it always goes wrong, and yet I can't bring myself to truly give up hope. At least for Horus, things were simple. You can't build that world by magic or force. You do it by helping the people you love. Perhaps there is truth in what you say. It was always so easy to defer to other people's dreams, to trust the impresario, and play a role I was given. Now the stage is burning and half the audience is dead? Are dead. All I wanted was a quiet life with Sam. Well, I don't need to know all the answers to know that's still worth fighting for. I can at least make sure Vela's treasure doesn't blow up the world. Figure out the rest as I go. However, that is not enough. I want a full Inquisition pardon. I want Union citizenship from me, Samuel, and his family. I want 5,000 coins and a silver bullion, and another 5,000 fully assignable, non-revocable promissory notes from the Usurers Guild of Riova. I'll do what I can. So you're only a pawn. Tell your masters that if they don't promise it, they will wake up on the morning of their final assault to find me gone and all their machines dead. Ella always planned to hole up at the blinding light if things went pear-shaped. Since he's now in the wind, I would guess you have already captured the fortress. I'll make my way there. First, Frost closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. First, I must say goodbye to Sam. I rather hoped we might get married, perhaps even petition to adopt. Well, I suppose it'll have to wait. Okay. Is that a gun? That looks like a gun. In a walking stick. It's ammo. I overheard your conversation. If Horus believes this is important, I won't stand in his way. But you bring that man back safe and sound, understand? I don't care what nonsense you put into his head. I need him. I promise I'll do my best to keep him safe. He nods, no longer able to meet your gaze. That's all I can ask. I'll be praying to the king for you both. Hooray! Okay. Magic Force. If only Magic Force could work. Well, it's working for the Clockwork King, that's for sure. I guess we go up and blow up the Clockwork King. I am curious about one thing, though, which will require me to go back to nighttime, which I should have gotten the money anyway. Wait. I'm curious if there's a bed in my house now. I'm gonna find out. Doesn't take that long to get back over to it from there, so not a big deal. Where's my bed? Aha! Free bed. The nighttime, and we'll see if we can talk with Afra. And let her know the truths we found. Okay, let's talk with Afra. And then, we'll see what happens. We can tell her about all the things we've learned. Holy cow. Okay, maybe the speed we had yesterday wasn't quite as extreme as this, but... Gesture skyward. Is this normal? Tears her eyes away from the celestial teapot. No, I would certainly say this is new. What does it mean? I confess I'm struggling. Is it a sign, an instruction, a response to our broadcast? Why is it a teapot? Shrugs helplessly. I've checked and rechecked my calculations. All we can do is stick to the plan. The king has summoned you for another audience, just as we hoped. Far heavier than the last. Here it is, friend. 8 years of my life and the hopes of a kingdom now rest in your hand. And I don't know what will happen after this, so if you have any concerns, now's the time to voice them. Do you happen to know a sky pilot named McKay? Oh, Misha? He's a dear, isn't he? I'd be so forgetful without his medicines. You still can't import them without a letter from the king. One of those little perks of my job. Why do you ask? How well do you really know him? What to tell, isn't it? The man's like a deep river, all iced over. You skate on the surface thinking it'll never break, then suddenly you plunge into the other world. But the next day, it's all ice again. A reward? Yeah. I know he was born in Slev. His family came here after the God War, seeking a better life when he was a boy. It's people like them that this kingdom should be working for. You know what? They're all gonna disappear anyway, so I'm gonna talk to her. Well, if I tell that, then she'll think... He warned me not to help you. I think that would be a bad idea. That would just sour relations. Please don't tell him anything about our plan. If there's even a hint it reaches the wrong ears, we could both vanish to a worse. About your past. My past? What do you mean? Tell her what you discovered. This is what I wanted. Afra listens intently with growing horror. For the first time since you met her, she seems at a loss for words. God's alive. That's horrible. All those Afras, they could have been me. I could have been them. They were me and I was them. Why me? Why did I deserve to flourish and they to die? I never knew I had so many sisters. I thought I was changing the king, changing the system, but the king made me. Yet it also made my sisters and left them to die, so all of us were expressions of its majesty's will. She gazes past you to somewhere far away. All my life I wondered why I was here in this broken world. What I was for. For all my days as a young engineer, all the indignities I bore. Now I know there was a reason. She meets your eyes with a look of intense determination. Not many people have the privilege of such a purpose. What happened to my sisters must never happen again. Help me finish this. Help me wake the kingdom from this nightmare. Now where were we? Don't worry, I remember what to do next. As long as one of us does. Yeah, I'm gonna kill the king. He's not making it. I think it's time for the king to be gone. Time to solve this problem. And it may go bad, but I already have a house, so I'm good. Where's the, is it down here? Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. I was like, where? Hello? You're about to have a bad day, buddy. Putting in the Saboteur's card. Because I don't think her plan quite works the way she wants. The king already did stupid things. So him being back in control would just be bad for everyone. I feel like. And of course, if we play it again, then we will take her plan. The machine shrieks like a million condemned souls as the feeling of pressure mounts in your body once more. And the cranial moderator clicks into action. Suddenly, the noise becomes an intelligible chorus, incoming messages, outgoing commands, distant outposts requesting connections of announcing faults. There are so many faults. You are standing in the brain of this awful machine. It's bleeding to death. Rejoice and exult. The invocation is cast. All hail its majesty. Machinus Rex. Clockwork King. Welcome back. Thou mayest rise. Hast thou completed the sacramental duty? Not yet, your majesty. Pondering. Judgment. The duty remains unfulfilled. Dost thou require instructions? Please explain the duty. Sacramental duty is as follows. This time, you can understand the dense lines of six-fold cipher. Teapot, large, 4 pints of fresh goblin's milk, 1 cup salted water, half a teaspoon. 61,660,000 gallons of fresh water, 652,152 tons of venin tea, making a giant cup of tea. 2 pints teapot, 2 pounds crinkled honey, 4 pints custard salt, half pint ambergris smooth meat, 3 pounds of ginger moss powder, a teapot. How many teapots you need? Fill the kettle with fresh water and boil. Yes. Steep for 15 years. 19 to avoid. Oh, 471. Serve hot. Enjoy your tea. For more fine tip recipes, please cut off a coupon and send to Mr. or Mrs. J.M. Gorky, 778 Tarbrick Wad Colossal Fly. Okay. Want me to make a pot of tea? Correct. This is the sacramental duty on which depends the safety of this kingdom, all subsidiary imperatives. How can the kingdom's safety depend on a pot of tea? In the 29 years of our glorious reign, we have observed one ceremony that most reliably foretells happiness, calm, comfort, comedy, and the proper observance of duties. The ceremony precedes or coincides with every deal struck, every counsel given, every declaration of love and fulfillment of quotas. This is the sacramental duty that is written, so it must be. This isn't even how you make tea. Incorrect. We have studied more than a bunch of iterations of the ceremony across the kingdom. The sacramental duty is the optimal weighted equilibrium of all subjects' desires. This is the sacramental duty as it is written, so it must be. We must discuss more urgent matters. Unlikely, 91% confidence. What could be more important than the sacramental duty? Guild has sent me... give you a new spell. Pondering. Judgment. We have not requested a new spell, therefore we demand. On whose authority comest thou? Afra. Authority not recognized. The chief interpreter may not exact new spells. Okay. Sunu. Oh. It is necessary for the sacramental duty. The sacramental duty is of paramount gravity. Therefore, thou shalt insert a spell into our petition port. We're gonna put Rez's punch card and kill the king. Let's not reform the robot. I really don't think the robot is worth it if he was dooming everyone to make tea. Bye. Slide the punch card easily into the larger slot. Halfway in, it meets resistance and it's sucked inside. Saying spell. Enacting the spell will alter our majesty's cipher nucleus. Enact. There's a burr of rapid clicking, and series of deep clunks echoes the whole tower. Above your head, a cacophony of bells ring out. Oh. We got a mechanical lockpick again? As is written, so it shall be. Carriest, the second spell, conflicting. Do I want to get rid of her spell? you anything. Incorrect. Sharp, sweet lightning dances across your body as the other punch card flies out of your pack. Oh. Well, I guess that was a illusion of choice. You hear angry shouting from outside the chamber. You realize the scrolling parchment contains a record of your acts. Slice it out with your blade. Parchment feed fault. The king's writing arm stabs at your hands as you pull the last few yards of parchment out and stuff them into the gap in the gears, down into the depths of the machine. New parchment continues to spill out onto the floor while the arms scrawl desperately. Do not disturb the parchment. An anathema. To disturb our parchment is anathema. Disturb. Okay. Well. And he's gone. Bye-bye. We're out of here. I'm guessing we're gonna have to fight our way out. Better be ready. What have you done? Above you, the king's bells continue ringing. Smile sweetly. I don't know what you're talking about. I just saved your kingdom. Eyes you with barely suppressed fury. The only reason you are not in manacles is because its majesty wishes you unmolested. Rest assured, any foolish attempt at tampering will be discovered and reversed. Sunil, go and fuck yourself. For a moment, he is stunned, mouth hanging slightly open. By the time he regains his composure, you're already walking away. His shouted retort is drowned out by the din of bells. I'm happy I got to do that then. You find Afra humming to herself. It's a haunting tune, somehow familiar. Yes. It's done. I inserted your punch card. For a moment, you think she sees through your lie, but she really wants to believe you, and so she does. We really did it. We did it. Oh, God, this is real. She closes her eyes to take a long, deep breath and then exhales. Well, now, I promised you a reward, didn't I? You can keep my Machinist Guild insignia. I'll pretend I lost it. Please take this, too. What happens now? We're still here, which means I wrote the spell correctly. The vanishing should stop immediately, and some memories of the vanished will return over time. Within a few months, my other reforms will take effect. I expect there may be a rather a commotion once people realize how much has been stolen from them. Without the power to erase their critics, my colleagues will struggle to suppress it. So we will have a new speaker, or a new guild, or something entirely different. Who knows? The future is open again. Okay, thank you again, friend. I can't tell you. After blinks and looks up the sky. Well, fancy that. Do you see it? The snow. Spell actually worked. Snow stopped falling. Afra smiles like she's recalling a cherished memory. Yes, our long winter is finally ending. Well? Yeah, that was a great reply. I'm happy about that one. Well, I guess I had to talk to her anyway, because she should be gone. Yep, a truth potion. Well, I think this would just be out on this side of the wall, so... Okay. And she is gone, so... Sorry, Afra. It had to be done. Although, maybe I should talk to her again and tell her that I destroyed the Clockwork King, because she's gonna think she destroyed it. I mean, it's not my problem, but... Oh, well, not my problem, then. Okay, well. Guess we can leave, and, that's it in here. I think that's all the quests here. Oh yeah, I was supposed to light the candle. Suffuses with the leaves of paper, each one marking a life and a name. You think about Oleg's daughter and all her sisters and all the people for whom there will never be any candles. Then you think about faces you saw on your way here. What they have lost, they won't let themselves mourn. Whose absence do they feel without even knowing it? How many are pretending to not see the abyss for fear of being dragged into? How many think it could never happen to them? Behind you, someone begins to sing, croaking and hesitant at first. No words, just a mournful, keening tune. Something like an elegy. Something like a howl. prayer and a promise, a hymn for the missing. I got a locket. Oh, did he give me the locket? Which makes long-term fatigue less severe. So, only useful if you're low on that. What? Why do I have 2 of these? I wonder if, depending on which spell you put in first, is your reward. Unspent Delusions. Wait, really? Wow, that was quite a bit. I think I'm gonna push Persona again. Because if I can get that to 10, that means I can really make use of selling all the supplies I got. Because I have tons of like treasure, and I might as well use it. I guess we're done here. So let's. I don't think there's any value to the house out here, but let's just check again. Oop. Let's go look at our house one more time. Give it a few upgrades. Take a quick rest. The usual. The house can get upgraded again, huh? Sure! This should be cheap enough. Excellent. Now, we can't afford these 2 things, but that's just how it is. Oh. Really not worth it, to be honest with you, but it's something, I suppose. I still only have those 2 things. That's weird. Looks like the only paintings I have are still from the first area. Did I get any of the new enemies? No. That's weird. You'd think we would have got one of the... Oh, hello. Oh! So yeah, you could get stuff here. Only 2 of them, though. I'm guessing you can upgrade it further. You can. I don't have the money to do so. Okay. Well, that's cool. Has a nice chair to sit down and look out the window if you want. A little bit of a strange place. We could get more balconies, probably up there. I'm guessing when you upgrade it. Well, there's something there, too. Surely something nice, like a workshop, should give me more supplies back, I would assume. If I had the money. Yes, I don't. But the main reward was to talk down to Sunil as soon as we got out of here, so we're happy. Alright, time to leave. We are done with the Clockwork Kingdom. What a nice area. A little bit sad. But we are done with it. It is done. Let's go. We need to go to the gunship. Talk with the, So we only have 1 more person to get, and then we're ready to move on. But that's all the Endless, so that's where we're going. Let's go to Hallowtown. Ah, well, that's a familiar sound. All 8 Endless? Well, 8. I'm sure there's more than that. There are many Endless in this one. And, I do remember the quests. Well, one of the major quests. And that is the one where you, wonder when we're gonna take care of that dragon. I mean, I should probably not be attempting such things. Oh, you're going for that. I was like, I don't, I didn't know what you meant. I thought you were talking about in the other area, and I was like, there's many. These Endless are zombies who eat flesh. It's bad. Okay, you might be questioning why I came back up here, and it's all just to press this switch. The fact that wasn't instantly active is a sad tale. Okay, and we're back. No, I don't really need back up here. I mean, the extra charm's probably better than what the other stats are. It seems like turning in the stuff isn't worth it. Because the second you do that, it makes them hate you so much. And there's no repeatables. Well, you can repeat with these guys by killing goblins, I think. Or you kill the outlaws, I suppose. It seems interesting. But this one gives me a buff I want. I'm trying to think of what other buffs I could get, and there's no way it compares. And oh. Bye. Pilfered 10 coins, that's all they gave me. I am now friendly, so I can go up here. And then if I put that on... So I have many enemies. The outlaws are my enemy. I'm only... Oh, hated. Okay. Damage buff, a crit buff, accuracy. I don't need those. Charisma, though. Charisma gets you into places. So now I can have an extra, well, charm. And then if I take that, and then I put this lovely helmet on, boom. Look at that. 85 charm. So if I get one more level into that, I'm set. Kitty understands that pillows are where you put your head for extra soft. I mean, most cats just assume you put everything on the pillow because they can fit. Woohoo! We're going back home. For the big home where we killed the demon for the rights to the home. Excuse me. I can't make the jump. Alright, so let's go up here and see if any of the supplies came back. I think the only thing you can get on repeat is the alchemy stuff. She likes to put her head on it, sometimes up her body, but barely lays on it. Really? You know, my cats don't sleep on pillows too often. I think they're too soft for them. That didn't respawn in all that time? I want to check the mine, see if that's back. So I'm curious what the point of upgrading those if, like, the mines don't get used. Yeah, like, why? Shouldn't that be... It seems weird that that's not coming back. Very strange. Not that you need a repeatable source, but... Strange how some items don't grow back. Okay, well. I think now we can head over and get into the Endless. I think we're done here. Outside of the one quest where you have to find that mask. Yeah. What? That's so weird that this quest is like, it continues, but I guess it just assumes you're gonna do it. Western edge of the realm. Watch us go there, and she goes, meet me in Clockwork Kingdom next. It's like, oh, geez, thanks. Right. Yeah, I have no other quests. It's a little weird I haven't found that mask, though. That one eludes me yet. I'll take the jitter seed, though. Let me see if this has come back. No, it did not. Okay. Okay, well. As it is. So, where is our way across? We did mark all of this area. We could probably get a little bit of money out of that. Not a lot, though, strangely. It looks like our... Yeah. Oh, it's up by Quill. Or we just head to here. So there's 2 places to get across. So we'll find one of the 2. Alright, time to roll. Okay. We're going a little fast. But that's okay. I don't mind. We're just gonna keep zipping. I'm trying to remember. I think the secret to that was you had to use a truth flask or something. I think. Maybe not. Let's, gonna have to remember that's over there. Okay. Oh, you seem sincere in your penance. Very well, you may claim your second self. The door's open. Okay, maybe I just misremembered. Or is this where you get the mask? Oh my god, I misremembered then. You get the mask for doing that. A chunk of wood shoddily carved to resemble a face that allows one to entice more powerful foes. Goblins of Hallowshire can be seen wearing these crude things. Placed on one's face, a strange feeling comes over you, as if you were someone else. So I can put this on? It's not a... More powerful foes? What? Interesting. I'm the only me that ever was. Yeah. You can't clone a Stubert. Stuberts become. Entice more powerful foes. Interesting. Is he gonna have extra health? Is that what's gonna happen? It's just a hard mode? Oh. It helps if you can get the hit. Well, it doesn't do that. I don't know what that means. Entice more powerful foes. wondering if you have that on, if it means that, like, would goblins actually be my enemy with this on? Hello? Never mind. Okay, well that didn't quite work. Let's try with an actual goblin and see if that works. Hello? Okay. Perhaps not. I do not know quite what it does. Keep it on. Will it change my... No. Still feels weird that, like... It's weird that you can be a friend of the Darkstar Mercenaries, so I guess if you really want to join her, you could. Wiccans hate me. Well, we'll see what it does. But I need to check the map. I need to go this way. I like how I've been greedy about, like, barter's not necessary. Why? Oh, I did talk my way through that. I didn't need that much charm, I don't think. Now, if I do max out my barter, I'll be sitting at 50. And then if I upgrade that helmet and have the buff, I can get to 100 without anything else. Which is an interesting prospect. Although the ring that's supposed to give me better bartering, I don't think that... Oh, I did run out of them. Oh, well, that sucks. So, crossing this bridge here cost me my, So is my only choice to buy one? Interesting indeed. Foul booze. What I'm supposed to do with the booze. Maybe just sell it? How much money do I have? Only 16. I am a little light on funds. So if I have to buy a passport, that is an unfortunate thing. Let me actually upgrade my helmet, because I feel no reason not to do that. Excellent. Whoops! I didn't mean to whip out the weapon. That was just... unfortunate thing. So this one just gives me regen, which is... doesn't feel worth it, to be honest with you. Okay. It looks like that is my only choice, is to buy another passport? $99 for it, huh? Let me see now. If I switch my ring over from this one... where is it? Ring of Bargain. I don't think it actually raises your barter, though. No, it doesn't. I don't think that ring is actually working. Wait, this perverse tangle of cheap silverware is formed into a strange rune that fills the enticed with deeper fervor and ferocity with their false cause, driving them to fight with an increased attack power. So when it says entice stronger foes, am I giving them more damage? Is that what's happening? That guy did hit me pretty hard despite being that. Okay, that's fine. Well, we need to make money, so... 61, huh? Modest treasures. That get me there. It does. That's what we need. We want this. Excellent. Okay. Well, I'm kind of sad that ring doesn't work. Let's just put the defense on. Let's take this off because that doesn't do us any good. Lore objects usually don't need this. It's weird that you get this so late as well. Like, unless there's hidden ones in very, very strange places, I can't see it happening. Whatever, we'll keep it on. Maybe it'll do something cool, like there's super secret things that only light up when you're near it. But it's not actually like a visible thing, so having that on helps. Hidden ones I missed? I mean, potentially? So far, I have opened up most everything. Oh, wait, did I ever go down here? I remember there being like a... one of those where you could fall off the cliff, and, I mean, there was that over there. Not here? Nope. Okay, never mind then. Right. Well, let's get on our adventure. It's time to get there. So what I'm guessing is there's exactly 3 of those you can find, which opens up. There's got to be 4, because if there's only 3, you could potentially open up the 2 gates, and then you're stuck. You can't get over to this because you can't. So I'll have to find out how to get the other one. I'm assuming it's from that Outlaws Guild, but I don't think they like me anymore. So, well, they clearly don't. So, not the greatest time. This area, I don't remember this area being too giant of an area. We'll see. Here comes the weird camera things. Whoa. I don't know why it does that, but when you're walking across the bridge moving, it like... Maybe I can actually fight the dragon over here. Let me make sure I got my helmet on. Look how fancy that is. An elaborate cap woven in the latest rewoven fashion. Though many in the apostatic union think themselves above petty superficiality, they will still be wooed by a person in a fancy hat. Let's talk. The woman who approaches you is half rotted. One eye is milk white, the other is missing. The pearly white of her jawbone is visible through ragged skin. Careful there, breather. That was a big one. You hurt? What was that? A little tremor, that's all. They've been getting more common recently. You should watch your step, though. That quake will have riled up the catacomb worms something fierce. Catacomb worms? Nasty buggers. They burrow, they fly, they eat people. Just stay away from them. That's my advice. Anyway, you're clearly new here. I've got some time to kill. Is there anything you want to know? Who are you? My name's Chiasma. I'm just out here waiting to be granted admission to one of the mausoleums. What are the mausoleums? See those big imposing tombs in the distance? Most of the Endless live in those mausoleums these days. They're waiting for the ferryman to come and take them away. Why aren't you in a mausoleum? They're overcrowded and the best tombs go to the highest bidder, so the poor, broke saps like me will have to wait until a place becomes available. Usually after a worm attack. You appear to be a bit worse for wear. I'm sure you've heard stories about the Endless Breather. Immortality comes at a price. Think I get it. Sure, Breather, you want to ask anything else? What can you tell me about this place? Well, you're entering the lands of the Endless. Our island of tombs has been drifting around the Sky Realm since before the world rend. Even before those damned Emberians. Ferrymen rest their souls. You'll find the town of Sepulture up ahead, but careful on your feet, Breather. There's been a whole bunch of tremors. You know what's causing these tremors? Folks are saying it's the Entombed One, who's imprisoned below the Castle of Ribs. They say he's waking up, but people say a lot of things. You'd go mad if you took it all seriously. Who's the Entombed One? No idea. He's been shaking the island for centuries, but recently it's been happening more and more often. I've heard that if he keeps it up, the entire island could be shook to pieces. Anything else you want to know? It's in Sepulture. Honestly, not much. Most of Endless live in the mausoleums, but you can rent a room in the Rotten Coffin. There's places to trade. Looming over Sepulture is the Castle of Ribs, where the Queen resides. The castle resides in the castle, guys! And just past town is a flesh farm. Did you say a flesh farm? That's right, Breather. Us Endless need to feast on living flesh, else we go all foggy. Years back, we led the Cadaver Crusades, taking the living by force. But Penitent Thaw came up with a much better idea. The flesh farm is a bunch of huge vats growing mindless meat, much more humane than eating raw human. It's a bit tiring when your lunch is always screaming at you for mercy. Who's the Penitent Thaw? A mage who lives in the sanctum overlooking the flesh farm. See it up on the ridge to the north. She's the youngest of the Endless, only 2 centuries old, practically a whippersnapper. Anything else you want to know? All I wanted to know. See you later, friend. It does? I know, it's weird. You learn all kinds of things in video games. Just amazing. Oh, great, she's in the way. Now, she wasn't here before when we played, so I guess it is story. What do you got? Can you smell it? All right, Dwayne, get out of here. The rancid stench on the wind. The Endless Realm is trapped in a perpetual decay. For everything here rots, but nothing ever dies. Its people huddle in underground tomb cities, sealing their frail bodies from the outside while they indulge in nostalgic reverie. They have achieved what many mortals lust for. A life unending. Is such a wretched existence preferable to death? Tell me, stranger, those Union scholars are right, and there is not afterlife but a dreamless sleep. Does that nothingness negate what came before? Is our existence rendered pointless by impending oblivion? Death makes our lives meaningless. Brevity is beautiful. Eternal life would be torture. I mean, I wouldn't want to call it meaningless. I mean, everything's meaningless if you really want to get down to it, but take solace in that, I suppose. Eternal life would be torture. I think it's pointless to worry about it. Enjoy what you have. That's the important thing. That's about it. That's the whole conversation when you really boil down to it. Pointless to think about. She smiles, said with the wisdom of 1,000 lifetimes. No matter what spells we weave or bargains we strike, the end comes for us all eventually. Indeed it does. But mine's coming, and it's gonna be with me slinging the biggest fucking spells it's ever seen because I'm going out with a bang. It's time for you to go. Yeah, but before I die, check this shit out. Boom! It's truly a goal to strive for. I haven't checked how much stuff we have. We have a lot of stuff. I could just look in my bags. We have 380 throwing knives. We only have 8 Jitter Seed. Like, that doesn't respawn. Only 27 Eyes of Pagan. 6 Death Veil. 20 Silk Thread. I think we have enough. I'd probably just sell it. Because there's probably not enough of that. Not enough things to upgrade. Are you kidding me? There's no other way in? I am so upset. I deserve this. 2 strength. I mean, it's honestly for an ore I don't need. Kind of past that point as far as upgrades go. Oh, right. You don't fight the dragon. I remember the dragon converses with you. There was something behind a waterfall. Sadly, it was a lockpick. Just like, hey, I keep eating all these guys and they're in there and I don't like it. Quit it. Oh, fantastic. Write it down. Neat. All right. Coming in. Hey, buddy, you all right? Well, he's not endless. Hello? I lockpicked my way in for nothing. I didn't have my lockpicking hat on either, which is not a good idea. Boss inside? I'm not sure. I don't remember that part. Oh. Sure. Wow, that's a nice mountain. Let me look. What did we mark? Oh, this estate, huh? Oh, this is the guy I think we took him out last time we did this, but I could be wrong. Oh, for pity's sake. Alright, let me... Oh, wrong one. See, it goes down by 2. Only 2, though, by 3. A little strange. But lockpicking's a breakpoint thing, so... Yeah. Right. See, this place has all kinds of waterfall secrets. I mean, they suck, but they are secrets. Like how he's like, that was a terrible tremor. It's happening every, like, 30 seconds. Like, no. Not a big deal. You want some of me? Well. Speaking of tremors... I do like how this game has, like, multiple ways to solve a lot of things. Except for the ones that are only one way to solve, where it's like, hey, could you have 2 strength? And I say, no. I think as far as things go... I don't know if I want to push the persona up any higher right now. Because if I get to 10... I'll be able to reach 100 with the buff and the hat, right? But how often am I going to run into that issue? The other question is, I could grab Might, but all Might's going to really do is allow me to break down doors. That's it. So, do I really want the Might, or do I want to push to just have the potential to have 100 charm? How far was that demo? Wait, what demo? Reel it back in, I was, my train of thought was going everywhere. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, this game? Well, it was like the... I don't remember how far along at that point it was. It had this area done. and the main area. You couldn't go to Clockwork Kingdom. And I don't think this area was completely done. I think they added an extra area. You don't remember? I mean, this area was not as big at the time. And I think when we did that, I think this is a mine. I think this is where the big mine was. This is where the crystal is going. Down here, they're crystallizing the endless. That's the one we remember. Hello, sir. Oh, yep. You look positively crystallized, sir. But yeah, this area was pretty neat. I remember a little bit of the Dragon Quest. Not friendly. Yeah, you think I'd learn. But I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they are friendly. And then they attack me. They look like an idiot. What? Oh, you could reach through, just like... Alright, fine. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I mean, pushing the charisma up, or the charm to have 100 charm, I don't know when you're gonna bump into that. It'll be a perfect time for it. I imagine that's gonna be rare, that we need that much charm. I mean, maybe in late game stuff, but... Ooh, you're tanky, are you? Yeah, you are. Look at you go, buddy. I mean, I'm also incredibly weak and should be using magic, but... Oh, you know what? I think I know why they might have taken away the no fall damage. You could have absolutely used it and just skipped straight down without having to fight your way through, which might have been unintentional. Well, it was unintentional. There's no way they intended for you to do such things. I could have just snuck up on this guy first, but, you know. The only thing that seems weird is you're not seeing any new... How many potions do we have? 88. I have 72 mana potions? Wow. Really, the stamina potions that I want more of. Okay, so I think my goal here... Bye-bye. Okay. My goal is to get the whole way down there. And... get our shortcut back up. And once we've done that, we're gonna go up to the other area. Because I feel like this cave's a little bit big of an adventure that I'm not quite fully prepared to take. I will do it, but just not at this point. Do I really want to be stuck here? You know what? That might work perfectly. Then I can keep coming back to this point. Whoop, gotcha. Oh! Well, that was scary. I like the somber music. There's not a lot of music in this game, but when it has it, it definitely fits. I'm still completely uncertain of ourselves in this story. Like, we're just kind of brought here as a prisoner, but to be honest with you, that's usually the best start for a story for me. I like the stories where you are kind of indulging in the world and the world's not calling you the hero of it just for the sake of it. There's no... I will reserve that statement because I feel like the second I say it's going to happen. but I'm thinking the world's not going to have anything about us other than we're here and we're solving it, but we're not anything special. We're just one who managed to pull it off. You don't have to be a hero of legend. Your title is not thrust upon you. You build it yourself. No legacy, none of that BS. We're awesome because we wanted to be, and we aimed for it. Not because some guy said it was fate. As he takes all the drugs, and supposedly that's a good basis of why he knows. I'm the hero of heroes, yeah. The world's always been against me, but I also have given powers because of, you know, destiny or some such. It's like, oh, okay. That's great. Wow, that took no mana to cast that. See that? It took nothing. I mean, let's do that. Yeah. I'm all about that. We can keep that going, I'd be happy. Maybe your barter skill is how much you pay in mana as well. You barter with the Cypher gods and be like, don't charge me so much. I like casting spells and I'm good at it. And they're like, okay. You know, it's funny, I always see alchemy and I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the alchemy to a high degree, and then, like, I never do that. Uh-oh. Oh, man! I haven't casted spells in so long, I forgot how powerful we are. I mean, we are powerful, and it doesn't cost too much of our mana bar. Excuse me. Of course, if we were always winging spells around, having a little bit of trouble. The Urn of Anguish. This urn is deathly cold to the touch. It's sealed tight. An inscription reads, "Here are the ashes of an untold number of endless, who were burned by the living in the years of devouring. May the gods have mercy on us all." So, I guess they're still alive, but like they're ripped to shreds, so... Oh, what? I paid $70 for that! Oh, I'm such an idiot. I bought a greatsword because I was like, where else could you get it? I don't know. I mean, I could just sell one of them off, so. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drink me a potion. How many do I have? 33. Yeah, you don't get many stamina potions, and they take Jitter Seed, and it's so hard to get Jitter Seed comparatively. I mean, we were in Clockwork Kingdom, and Clockwork Kingdom was a little barren for plant life, which makes sense. It wasn't an eternal winter, effectively. So. Nice thing is, we're going to have a lot of charm walking in here. It's really going to help us out. Unless they want 90 or 100, then I won't have enough. Ah, there's one of the paintings. A kingdom made of clocks? Well, not quite. If only. Oh, wow. Hi, person on the chair. Let me check my hat. Let me check my hat before I talk with you. Slide a new hat on. Wow, you're fabulous. Thank you. This is a sacred place. You shouldn't be here. My siblings will kill you. Better leave. She knows what you are, what you intend to do here. What do you suspect I'll do? Do not suspect, we simply know. Our mistress reveals the truth with absolute perfection. Better leave. She knows what you are and what you intend to do here. What happened to these mines? Mines? Have you been blinded by a dark curse? These are not mines. They are more akin to the inside of a fertile egg. Better leave. Who is your mistress? My mistress is the one who has saved this accursed region. She will heal us of the weight we've carried so long. Better... Yes. Who are you? Who am I? I'm afraid I don't understand your line of reasoning. Better... Okay. Psycho. False advertisement? Well, they make it like a clock, but it's not only to be a clock. Kingdom works like clockwork. Clock is built to be unending. Of course, they kind of ruined that because they didn't build it all that great. There's that eternal winter stuff going on, but you know. Hold on, I needed the money first, dude. Here, eat this. What? He bamboozled me. He parted his legs and it flew right between them. I mean, I can't blame him. It was a good plan because it worked. You want everything to be clocks? Could you imagine so many clocks all ticking in unison, like all the time? Like everywhere you go, it's just clicking. Well, I got lucky. I forgot to switch my hats. Glorious silk again. Nice. Giving you a lot to upgrade cloth, but not armor. I mean, to be fair, I probably should just switch, like, actually build up a set of armor. Different clocks, ticking noises. That would be worse. Then it would just be just a million of them going off, and it's like, you know what? I hate this. I hate everything about this. Let me flop my hat over. That didn't break. Got a 3. That one broke. Wow! Wow! Jeez! That was a 50-50. 4, 5, and 6 were okay numbers. And 3 was a safe bet. So, you know, 2/3 of that die was safe bet for me, and I failed it 3 times in a row. It's better than me. Been a while since I tasted the powerful flavor of a healing potion. All of them a few milliseconds off in an unsatisfying order. I mean, maybe. Maybe it could get worse, but I feel like at a certain point, you would just lose it with the weird sounds, or you'd completely shut them out. Is this a prison now? Yeah. And it's just constantly ticking, like... I hate it here. I hate everything about this place. They're actually quite magic immune. Well, these guys are. These guys, not so much. Bye-bye. Ooh, a stamina potion's a good drop. We like those. Like the best drop to get, honestly. We'll take all this extra ore, though. This will be good. Because I think we want to upgrade a set of armor. Like a good set of, like, the defensive armor. And then I'll just keep that on. At least the helmet. And then if we see something to lockpick, I switch to the lockpick. If I see the... something for talking, I switch to it. And then we're just set. We have a good bit of helmet. Definitely a good idea. remember being lost in these caves for quite some time. Friendly, right? Let me switch my hat. Astounding, everything's being made clear now. How marvelous, I can see it. She stands in awe of the visions before her. I can see. A body amalgamate. Abstract geometry and structure, perfect in its form, steeped in a sorrow beyond compare. True form of the divine, the great continuum of all that is. Who are you? I was once a child, many children. We committed evils beyond redemption. But these are all her memories now. 1,000 perspectives refracted through her. We remember being devoured, remember dying, but we also remember devouring. That's what's really inside these crystals, you know. Old wounds. But she is merciful, showing the truth even to a wretch like me. Is she a god? One day she will be soon. Tell me more. But she is merciful, showing truth even to a wretch like me. What does she want? She pauses. Okay. I don't know why I on that. As if listening for the answer. It isn't so simple. There is so many of her. She wants to save us from our cruel fate. We endless are all caught in this great misery, toiling away in a place without gods. Eternal mourning on an island of graves. The tragedy of the Crusades hangs over this island like a grand condemnation. But there's something else. It's difficult to explain. She wants to heal, too. More than that, she wants to escape. There's rage there, almost like a cornered animal or a man in a cage. But she is merciful. Okay, what do you see? Oh, right. Take care with that. We're gonna steal your stuff, though. You should open the shortcut is what I'm hoping. See, and then I could put this on to just have a lot of defense. I guess might does give you defense as well, which is important. Might would also give us more health to be a little bit more secure in that regard. Ah, well. Ha! I had a 1 in 6 chance to mess it up and break the lockpick while I was at it, and I hit it. Thank goodness we got enough lockpicking skill to just go with that. It seems weird that you can have those... What? So the Union was trying to get in here, huh? Didn't work so well, but they tried. Bye-bye, mister. 2 ways to go, huh? The down answer. If you had an 8, you could break right through it. 9? Oh, wow. Oh dear, we're going all over the place. Aha! A glimmer. Something has changed. Not that I'd know. Oh! Okay, we're not ready for that yet. Oh, we need to pull more switches. That's right. So Darwin plans on torturing the town. Well, I'd believe it. Ooh, that was a tasty potion there. How much mana coming back? You better believe it was a good time. Whoa! Ooh, cleave! Wow. Didn't give them much of a chance, did I? I mean, the other thing that's nice, though, is my regen is insane. Like, if I do this, watch how quick it comes back. Like, oh, that was an Emberian ore, wasn't it? Okay, we could make 1 weapon max quality. Or an armor. I'm not doing that, but you could. Like, I don't know. It feels like we're getting a lot here, but maybe that's the thing. Is usually silk's hard to find in this area. And over in Clockwork, it's hard to find ore. I thought for sure we were heading back out, but I guess not. I go in here? Yeah, why not? What could possibly go wrong? This is fake, by the way. I remembered that. You can walk right through it. Well, never mind about the silk thing. Oh, there's a bed. How nice. And potions. I think if you drink a truth potion, those walls disappear. I have quite a few of them. I should probably drink one just to prove my theory. But then that just opens up a whole can of worms of how do you know? And, There's a switch down this way. There's an enemy. Gotcha. Gotcha again. And a third time. Haven't really used poisons or shielding potions all that much. Oh, this one's gonna be easy. I remember being here and being like, oh man, you had to look for all this stuff. I don't know if you guys remember this little tower, but I do remember this. I was like trying to find all the stuff, but now it's just gonna point it out. Yep, right there's the other one. Ow, you jerk face. Wow, the double kill. Yeah, I can definitely say that we need to pick up some light. Things are starting to hurt. I mean, I have enough health potions to survive most of it, but it still hurts. Okay, what do we got going on in here? Substantial. Just go over here, grab some stuff. Oh. What is it? A ring of mana. I'm curious as to how much that really is. You know, I couldn't tell you. It's hard to quantify that because it's hard to see it in between the stuff. Also, I really don't think taking... Well, you can see it. It's actually quite a bit. But really, a max of mana is kind of a weird stat to take. Max health prevents getting bursted. A max mana? Kind of a weird one, because... Well, it might be a nice one to have max mana on. And then, like, you shoot a spell or two, and after you shoot them... Oh, hello? You captured? Hold on, let me put my fancy hat on. Thank you for freeing me. I thought I was done for. Who are you? I am Inquisitor... Yeah, sure. Of the Apostatic Union, at your service. What was the Inquisitors... what was an Inquisitor doing in these mines? There were 4 of us sent to investigate a possible Class C god entity. I was separated from the rest of the tribunal and taken prisoner. I'm not sure what became of my comrades. We weren't able to nullify the god entity. Our quest was a resounding failure. I can help. Yes, perfect. Take this. It's a Terminus prism. It can kill a god entity like this one. Oh, wow. The laser in a chest. You can set this whole mess right. I need any supplies you've stashed. Yes, please. Of course, I keep these defense potions hidden in case of emergency. Set this whole mess right. This Terminus prison. It can kill a god. Only fledgling god entities like this one, which are undergoing apotheosis. Weapons can kill... weapons to kill gods. Yeah. The prism has no effect on older god entities. Before we were separated, my tribunal determined that this crystal entity is currently in an advanced stage of apotheosis. At this stage, a god entity is still malleable to the imaginations of its followers. That's how the prism kills the entity. Okay, what will you do now? I'll make for the surface once I have a good opportunity. I'm in no state to fight, so I'll have to slip through somehow. Okay. I like how they repeat their, like, little thing every time. You have to set this right. You have to set this right. You have to set this right. Alright, I'm doing it! But have you said it right? I'm working on it. Thanks for the laser. When we meet the crystal at the bottom and they're gonna be like, hey, wanna join up? And I'm just like, yeah, sure. I even brought a chest of goodies. Just open it up. I've never seen a gift like this before. Oh, don't worry, it's a great gift. Quaff it. Okay, we went that way, so we're just up and out of here. You know, honestly, with how much lore we actually have, I haven't run into anything that needs more than that. Like, if we look at our stats, our lore is at 80, and nothing has touched that. Then again, I haven't seen any clothes that give us more lore. The Wiccans have a buff that's lore, but, yeah. Not exactly necessary. Why is that at 80? I think because of our other ones. I like the defense of this one, though. I don't know what's giving lore outside of... I'm not wearing anything. I think just our default starting buff for 20 lore is there. I can't imagine anything's going to be like, you need 100, but maybe there is. Like, at the end, it's like, well, what do you have that's at 100? If nothing, then you get nothing. But, you know, Oh! This door is open. Oh, hi. Sorry, buddy. This, doesn't quite end well for you. Thank goodness we had that broken speed yesterday. Clockwork Kingdom's a very big place. It's such a big place. And it was a lot of running around, which was a very nice quest chain, but... hey, why not save time by zipping around like crazy? I have an idea of how that might work, and I may try it. Sorry, buddy. Hey, his crystals weren't, the... variant. Oh. I got stuck on a ledge. Crossing the bridge. Shielding potions are nice, even though I don't use them. I bet I have more shielding potions than I do, stamina potions. No, I only have 14. Temporarily boosts armor. This potion floods the bloodstream with a simple spell that can deflect attacks. Although it deflects hugs and handshakes all the same. I could try throwing bombs and stuff, but I don't... I mean, that could be an interesting thing to do. Like, instead of using these as my fallback, just throw potions at people. But I don't know, you just don't get enough of them to be, like, worth it. I have 485 throwing knives, by the way, which is an extreme amount. Hey, here's our shortcut. Good. We have that done. It's worth it just to step through it, just to unlock it, so it's, you know, actually locked in. The Elixir of Luck's a good one. That's the one that's +1 to all stats. I think we're at the end of this cave. There might have been a door I missed, though. Why didn't that highlight? I have that item on. hate might. It was like, yeah. Oh, there it is. You think the 2 were enough? No, actually, it was not. Oh, that's because it's right around this corner. Oh, that item was really not doing us any favors there. It wasn't even activating anything. A superior elixir of luck that goes beyond 1. I mean, I wish, but I feel like anything... Oh. Well, you deal with that, buddy. I have something to look for here. The iron ore was a little more important than the quest. I mean, do I even want the undead to be happy with me? There's no, like, rep with them. So if there's no rep, why would I bother? I am the sculptor, Lucia. Crystal goddess told me you'd come. Sculpted this? I was the first to hear it through the rock walls. The biggest pocket of pure crystal any of us had ever seen. I knew the shape she'd need to take. It felt like I was born with it in me. So I started carving in secret. You have to end this madness. What the hell are you talking about, Breather? Madness? You must be joking. Centuries in this godless land, toiling in the mines, no way out, eating fake flesh, like some kind of livestock. That's madness. Bloody crusades? That was madness. As a young girl, I was trained to be a sculptor before the crusades. I became a miner to survive. Dreams that died back then. Goodness! That then never disappeared. I've carried that rotten weight. Every endless knows the experience. That's why she came to us. Whether to call it madness if you knew. Looked you in the eyes, gauging your sincerity. Very well. To complete your bond, go before her and pledge your devotion. Ritual hand signs. Why? Well, you're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like this part. I'm stealing from you. Oh, nice. I got a laser beam, and I'm gonna use it because all gods go away here. Stand beneath an intricate crystal statue. Did you have a ladder to get up there to do that? Unmistakable psychic weight. Admire the statue. Remarkably crafted, the positioning of each arm and leg clearly carries deep meaning to the artist. The identical lower face peers out from between her legs as if being born. Word, self-begotten, floats through your mind. The longer you look, the more adoration you feel, not just for the artist and her achievement, but for the crystal goddess herself and all the depths that she carries. Your hands, but before raising it, you wonder, are you sure the choice you want to make, the goddess cannot be rebuilt? All goddesses die. All of them. Room seems to go totally silent, then a piercing noise resonates through the crystal. The statue begins to crumble. Uh-oh. This man is quite strong. But I'm better. Well, works for me. What a strange quest. I guess we solved it. So, let me look here. Is that one done? You've destroyed the crystal. The mine's original owner will likely reward you for returning control to it. Okay. Sure. Well, we solved that quest pretty much immediately, just because I wanted loot. I mean, I'm pretty sure story-wise it was probably best not to do what I just did, but meh. Meh. So close to that 100, but of course I had to drink one. Well, whenever we find the guy who owns the mine, we'll have some good deals. We need someone to clear the mines out. I already did it. I don't even think that got me rep with the people I thought it would. Oh well. Yeah, I'm hoping we can find a spot to recharge our magic. Wait a minute, what's up with this? Looks like there should be... I think that would be something with the mines? I mean, that is quite a ways apart, isn't it? Yeah, there's no way. I mean, I guess it's possible, but it seems unlikely. Probably up to the roof is what I would guess. Clean hit. I feel like with what we have, it might be better just to use a the greatsword if we can upgrade it. Let me check the map. Do we have anything figured out yet? No. That's where we came in? Yes. So we want to go up this way and keep going that way. Getting quite tired, though. So, ooh. Please tell me I can lockpick my way through this. Oh, I already did. Okay. Unless that's the bridge. So we have no idea where we're at. Oh, we're way down here. This is way different than where I was. Hopefully something cool to write down. It's a little weird we have nothing. Would think something here would be worth jotting down. Oh. Why, hello there, mister. I'm sure I'm going to have to charm you, so let me put my fancy hat on. Hello. It was on this hill that the last offender fell. Oh, how the endless swarmed upon them. How they feasted upon flesh and blood. I still see it, mortal. I can smell the sickly sweet stench of death. I can feel the cold chill of death upon my phantom skin. This is a place of remembrance. If you have not come here out of respect, I must ask you to leave. I've come to pay my respects. An honorable intent. I'll unlock the door to the rest of the tomb, so we may mourn in peace. Oh, wow, that was easy. That works for me. An alluring perfume. A perfume bottle inscribed with a cipher, useful for when persuading others with charm. Enchanted vapors can be powerful, but unreliable. This item grants a small chance to pass a charm test that the user would otherwise fail. Oh. Seems weird. But you have to otherwise be failing it, and you might just pass it anyway. That's, something of an item. Wait, can you just equip it? Ah, so you can just have it there. So basically, if you have low charm and you get through there. That's your option. Ow! Well, that didn't hit hard at all, actually. Interesting. Another one of these guys? Interesting. Do I have my fancy hat on? I do. The ghost writhes around in the air, recoiling from some unseen terror. Jaws, nails, teeth, tearing, bursting, clawing at your flesh. Can you feel it? The agony. Okay, you're safe. Nothing is attacking you. You're mistaken. 6 endless feast on my flesh. They have done for hundreds of years. I'm aware they exist only in my mind, but does anything exist outside of a mind? For me, they are real. Ghost is silent for a moment, wincing in pain. Say, mortal, do you want to know a secret? Yes. See those cliffs over there? They hide a graveyard, buried deep underground. One of many. A spell of illusion conceals the entrance. They buried their victims far out of sight. My body lies beyond those cliffs somewhere. I think I found it. Behind those cliffs. Somewhere? Somewhere. That would be hard to signify a good time to use a truth potion. I haven't even drank one yet. I probably should. Therefore, around that ledge? It's fine. It's fine. Probably. Wasn't fine at all? What do you mean? Nothing has gone wrong, so everything's fine. We're back in the tremor territory. That's great. Yeah, well, that's true. Nothing has gone wrong yet, but it hasn't yet. That's all that matters. You never guess when the mistake will happen. Or, goodness, the yawning today. Or if it even will. I don't think so. I think we've been doing just fine. Are you friendly? Hello? What? Just standing there. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So I wonder if I can loop around somewhere. Oh, I remember there's a guy in that one manor up on the hill. I forget what his quest was. But I think if I remember that quest, we totally stiffed him last time we did this. He was like, could you help us out? And I was like, oh yeah, totally, dude. And then that didn't happen. Oh good, we can reach the town and have a rest. Get our mana back, get our stamina regenerated. All great things. Let me switch my hats quick. Nice! For a restoration potion. Okay. Quite what I was expecting, but I guess it's free. So we'll take it. Free is good. over there where I think is where the meat farm is. Well, it's quite a ways over. My system was not happy about that. All right. Oh, there we go. There's the landmark. Greetings, delicious flesh thing. By enchantment, I am required to grant you assistance instead of peeling the meat from your bones. Can I ask about this town? Town is sepulchre. Few live here now, as many Endless have retreated to the comfort gloom of the mausoleums. At noon, the neuron star is bright. Some of the Endless bar their doors and retreat to their coffins. The light hurts their feeble eyes. For me. What's this? House for sale. Tired of living in a tomb? Sick to death of rats? Yes. I will buy this house once I have the money for said house. I currently do not have the money for said house. Right, punk, you answer to me. After a long and wearisome journey, I'm finally here. The ancient kingdom of Verdant. Now twisted by a cruel cipher into the land of Endless. But it seems, though, as the rumors are true, they really do shut up shop in the neuron stars bright in the sky. Last, I was hoping to get a potion of blister obliteration. My feet are killing me. Hey, are you gonna tell on me if I just start... Let's see what's in these. A modest treasure. So if you are willing to lockpick your way in... Okay. Well, I'm going to do that if there's free money to be had. Absolutely will do it. I mean, now's the perfect time. I don't even have to babysit it. It's just happening. Now's my time to steal. Hello? Hello? So you're the one who liberated my minds. An honor to meet you. I've prepared a reward for you. Sleeper mask. This amount is hardly accurate. Negotiator, are you, breather? Ha, very well. I admire an enterprising youngster. Take this, an excellent year. Or as a fetching exorbitant rate in the Clockwork Kingdom. I'll make my fortune back in no time. What will become of the Crystal Cultists? The mutineers, you mean? Any stragglers will be quartered. I'm preparing a troop of mercenaries to that very end. They should be ready within the week. Hey, about yourself. I don't actually care. Thanks for the money, buddy. So he gave me a mask, huh? That one I can wear? Excuse me? Wait, what? What did he give me? Oh, I forgot that I had that. You could advance time, like, so you don't have to go to a bed. Yeah, equip that just in case. A sleeper mask? Is it a key item? It is. Wait, when worn... hide their faces. This one is worn when sleeping and eliminates the possibility of being attacked in an unsafe bed. But I can't equip it? Maybe I just... now I can sleep in any bed I want? I must just be able to. I'll have to try that out. So now I can just steal beds. Oh, I don't need to go up there. That's, not a bad feature, honestly. Just be able to be like, whoop, no problem. Where's the other shops? Surely not only one shop in this place. Maybe there is? Interesting. Maybe it is only one bed. Huh. Well, okay then. Except for wherever this is leading. And what is this? Let me switch my hat. Knock, knock. If there's even anybody home. And they did have it locked up, so... Faded Band of Rejuvenation. Allows health to regenerate slowly based on the wearer's regen stat. A rare trinket indeed. Wow! That is quite useful. If they had one of those for mana, oh, might be a reason for that. Like, if that was actually a thing, and it was like, oh, it's based on the regen stat, I would absolutely wear the regen suit, and I would, well, I'd lose spell casting. 30 spell casting or 30 regen? I think we would just ignore it, because we already have leveled up in the other stuff, so not really worth it. Well, we did rob a guy, so I mean, we got that going for us. Wait a minute, what's this building? Wow, knock knock. Is this the guy? Yes. Rob this guy. That's how you do it. Now we go up here, and we need our fancy hat. We have our fancy hat. Aha, mortal traveler, unusual to see your kind within the realm of Endless. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Castle of Ribs. Pray tell, friend, what brings you to our kingdom? Insatiable curiosity. Aha, I am familiar with that drive to discover, that raw, unbided need to know what lies beyond the horizon. I traveled a little in my own youth, some many hundred years ago. I had a beating heart. Sky realms were very different then, let me tell you. How were they different? Well, this was only a century after the world end. Everything was in a state of flux. Every day, new kingdoms were blossoming and dying like winter roses. Knowledge? It's, gonna be useful. Maybe useful. Depends if it gets me spells. If not, I don't care. Tell me about wonders. Why, of course. Have you ever seen a god? I saw one once. Drifting through the fog, as vast as a mountain, dozens of eyes, each as bright and round as the moon. When I saw it, I opened my mouth and a most beautiful hymn spilled out. I can't sing under normal circumstances, but my voice was like honey and thunder that day. Horrors. I would rather not recall such things, but I saw an entire town consumed in silver flames while laughing priests circled above like vultures. I saw a conscriptor harvester pulling screaming men into its maw, turning them into mindless engines of war. I saw a library whale pulled slowly apart by iron hooks, butcher archivist scrambling through its guts for forgotten tomes. Can you remember about the world rend? I never knew what caused it, but I remember the searing flash that stained the sky. I remember the impact which shook our tombs and scattered the islands. Back then, the Endless were one of the few people in the Sky Realms. It got a lot more crowded after that, with all the refugees. Something else. I seek an audience with the Queen of Silver. Alas, the Queen isn't accepting visitors at this time, or any time, really. She is withdrawn. Most days she will speak to me and me alone. I don't see any guards. How are you going to stop me? Perhaps I can put her in a better mood. I doubt it, but I suppose I have nothing to lose by letting you try. Go ahead. You can raise her out of her depression. I will be, without exaggeration, eternally grateful. Seneschal stands aside, allowing you passage. Thanks. Pick violence. I will beat the shit out of you, buddy. Let me in. Hello. As the Queen casts her gaze upon you, you are overcome with a wave of melancholy, so profound it almost drives you to your knees. Oh, hello. I am afraid I'm not receiving visitors at the moment. Let's talk to my Seneschal. He will tend to you faithfully. What seems to be the matter, your majesty? Ha-ha! Ragged lips peel back from long yellow teeth. She seems to be attempting a smile. You are a curious one, aren't you? But I can assure you there is nothing out of the ordinary. Put quite simply, I'm feeling the same as I did yesterday, and the same as I will tomorrow. 200 years ago, you would have found me in the same castle, in the same seat, feeling the same as I do now. Oh, how tragic. You have to live in a giant, luxurious castle surrounded by generational wealth. That's awful. I have adjusted to it. I exist now in tranquility, and have no desire for your pity. I have many questions. I am so honored you deign. You don't exactly have a busy schedule. That is true, yet my time is my own, even if it has little value, so I ask you not to waste it. What do you know about the Entombed One? I believe it is my father. After the ritual to grant him immortality went wrong, he fled beneath the castle and got lost within the twisting passages. What if I went down there and tried to stop him from shaking the island apart? I guess I know that now. I guess I know that. You are welcome to try. I believe the Seneschal has the key, but I don't expect you to succeed. Are you sure it's him? I know it in my bones. I had another question. Some of my questions are more personal in nature. If you must, when was the last time you interacted with him? You have heirs, okay? Let's see, some years ago, I forget how many, a mortal came to the castle rib seeking to become endless himself. The Seneschal was not able to dissuade her. She barged into the throne room, much like you have. I turned her away as I turn all such pilgrims away. We will add no more to our number. Thaw must be the last. You have heirs? No need for heirs. I will be here forever, and the Endless cannot have children. Tell me about your father. My earliest memory of him is sitting atop his throne, looking so grim while I sung for him. Then, as I hit a particular high note, his dour face broke into such a broad smile. It was like magic, like the sun had risen over a cemetery. In those days, I would kneel beside my bed and pray to a goddess whose name I have now forgotten, that my father would never die. I was too young to know that gods pay no attention to the prayers of their people. Okay. Can I ask you about the Endless? My kingdom, I will oblige. How were the Endless created? A ritual, masterminded by my father. Ancient history. I wouldn't want to bore you with it. No, please, tell me everything. Aha! My father was a healthy man. Never ill, never tired. He seemed to shrug off accidents that would leave a lesser man with broken bones. So it was strange how terrified he was of death. The very idea shook him to his core. As I was nearing adulthood, he gathered a legion of mages and theurges and priests from all across the sky realms, and tasked them to find the secret of immortality. Judging by the fact you're still around today, it seems to have worked. In a manner of speaking, yes. After numerous failed efforts, they devised a solution. It would require dozens of mages casting a spell simultaneously, extensive construction of ceremonial shrines, braziers, and idols across the kingdom. A bargain struck with an ancient god and a sacrifice. What's the name of the god? I do not know. Once I heard my father refer to it as a shadow of a dream, or the dream of a shadow, I forget which. Long story short, the ritual failed. It created a twisted parody of immortality, afflicted with hunger and decay. And instead of affecting just my father, it cursed half the kingdom. Half? Half the kingdom were endless and hungry. The other half didn't last long. Great devouring commenced. Immortality plus infinite wealth. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'd want their immortality. All they have is the hunger for flesh, and nothing else is going on, so kind of sucks in the end. Problem with immortality is you're going to run out of stuff to do. I mean, you technically always find something else or revisit old things, but... Anyway, what happened to your father? I don't know. Perhaps he was the one who remained mortal. The universe is cruel that way. I had other questions. Nope, that's it. Okay. I said it right there. I don't think. I think, gotta think big. I don't imagine it would be great. I mean, these guys are kind of tired of it. Couldn't I go to any bed? Like, why don't I just do that? Let's talk with some people. What's this? A breather? Oh, marvelous. Please stay there a second. Let me jot down some notes. Is your skin always that damp? Do you ever forget to breathe? What does it feel like when your hair grows? Apologies, this might be overwhelming. I'm a playwright down in a mausoleum, you see, but the scene has become so stagnant. The past century or so, pre-endless historical dramas have been in vogue. Except us writers never leave our tombs, and I'm convinced our work is full of inaccuracies. It's funny the things you forget. The history books never mention the little things. Oh. I don't know how big you would want to think. Because, being immortal does not stop you from being trapped. Buy out game companies and pay a team to make games for them? I mean, yes. I guess if you had infinite wealth, but I feel that if you bought everything out, you know, money would be devalued. I guess you don't care because you have infinite, but it's not really a thing. But even then, technically you could always have games, but then it would require you to come up with the ideas for them. Might be its own problem. I guess not. If you have infinite wealth, what do you care if it fails? You'll just buy out another team, but then you'll be able to buy it once you start having... that's the fun part. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm talking more... you've got ideas, but do you have infinite ideas? I was talking more on the never dying part. Also, you rot with this one, by the way. You rot away. So eventually your fingers would not really press the buttons as you wish to have them press. It would be not great. I mean, I think in the short term, I think the problem is after many, many centuries of it. Would it work? I'm thinking actual long goal. Short term, it's great. Long term, you're going to suffer. Because even when you're tired of it, what are you going to do about it? The answer is probably nothing. I would not botch immortality. If only it were so simple. The rotten coffin, my favorite haunt. Ghost looks quite pleased with itself. You dare not think how many times it has told that joke. I never entered a mausoleum. Back when I was You're off your chair, sir. Back when I was breathing, so long ago, I knew I could never leave these trees. The air smelled so... Well, I can't recall how the air smelled anymore. But it must have been good. So I dawdled and the mausoleums filled up. And the thing about the endless sea is that the pain dulls everything. Anhedonia sets in. Pleasure seeps away. And these old trees only mock me now. Well, there you go. That would suck if you lose all enjoyment of things. The endless lurks in the corner, keeping a watchful eye on the other patrons. Get lost, breather. You're not interested in what I'm selling. Maybe I'm interested in what you're selling. I studied you a moment. Well, a mortal with deviant appetite. All right, listen up, because I'll only say this once. And if you breathe the word of this to the queen's lackeys, I'll see to it that you're next on the menu. A broker for sentient flesh, the thinking stuff. See, most endless feed on penitent thaws mindless feed. It's seen more as more ethical than eating your kind. And I'll be damned if it doesn't taste like slop. So, of course, there's a black market for the stuff. How about it, breather? Fancy a taste of your own kind? Actually, I've changed my mind. He chuckles. Thought as much. But remember, breather, you say anything about this and it'll be the last thing you say. You can try. We'll fail. What, be the wisest idea here? I guess you always have to slink around to get to each side. Unlock the shortcuts. Now, the first thing I want to do... I wish I could just steal a bed, but I don't think there's any beds to steal around here. If there was, I would. You know what? I'm just going to drink a potion. I only have 41 of them, so why not? You know, I wonder how that works with immortality. If 'cause immortality's always a strange thing. Like, does that come with infinite energy? Because that's a power completely different than immortality. Oh dear. Like if someone cuts an arm off, right? Does your arm grow back? Can you reattach it? Would it just flop off, and then if someone reattaches it, it's only half as working anyway? You have that limitation? Because immortality is not invulnerability. Just so many questions with those. I guess you would have to know the exact rules of your power. But even if you had it, right? What would happen if someone just locked you away somewhere that you couldn't escape? Generative healing, perhaps. Plus the stamina. Yeah, and you just layer so much stuff to actually make immortality not crap. Is the thing I would fear. Because you're probably not getting all that. You'd be like these guys. You're like, I got immortality. And you just rot away. And you're like, well, this blows. It's stuck as ashes. And then that's it. You have sentience, but you can't speak because you have no mouth. It would be like a, well, it would be an existential horror novel, wouldn't it? Scholar has one eye pressed on her looking glass, her face crumpled into a grimace. What a wretched place. Even the trees barely cling to life. I cannot fathom why I was sent here, of all places, to make this damned map. Here, I have some stuff to turn in. Oh, 56 coins, nice. It did not help with the map, though. Yes, it did. Look at that. There's an island over there. What? What? So I can fly there once I get a boat, maybe? Yeah, I think Superman would be an interesting one. Well, he typically ages, doesn't he? He just ages incredibly slowly. Dragon's just hanging out up there already. I didn't think he was supposed to land until you did it. Is that the red one you see flying around, or is that a different one? Incredibly slowly. Oh, there's another one of these. I wish you could mark these. I don't remember these existing before, so we're gonna need that key. The only thing I know with Superman is the amount of times people don't understand the point of Superman. That poor man never gets the thing he wants. He's a symbol of hope. You know, the funny thing is people that typically dislike Superman are like, he's wildly overpowered, so what's the fun of it? And then they like something like Spider-Man or Doctor Strange, and it's like, they're even more wildly written as overpowered crap. And they don't have the setup to make sense. Like, I don't think you guys understand just what needs to happen when your character's wildly overpowered. Kind of like all of DBZ, isn't it? Always write these characters being wildly overpowered. It's like, well, how does that make sense story-wise? Everyone just caught up. Uh-huh. Right. I think he wants that urn. Unless you're humans. Well, that's its own problem. Imagine having a coolly written character like Tien that changes for good, and then they just... You know, I noticed that with a lot of manga writers. Just the way that culture works. It's like, they're just like, well, it's popular, you are writing it this way, and they are forced to write it the way of the magazine. That's why they're all the same slop to me. It's all the same slop. The story beats are always the same. They're like, well, it sells. And it does. But it's always the lamest stuff. Like, there's never a progression of the world in a proper way. They just plop something that's stronger because it has to be. And it's like... Sometimes a story has to end. Right, Mr. Dragon? That I can't talk to? The great creature looms overhead, engulfing you in blasts of putrid, warm breath. Though the creature's mouth does not move, a voice creeps through the mind, your mind, like a choir of whispers, somehow deafening in their unison. You are fortunate, morsel, you are tasteless. This worm has no interest in your food. I'd like to think I taste quite nice. Have you consumed your own flesh? We doubt this. Take it from us, you smell quite bad. We are a collective of thoughts trapped within the mind of this worm. We are endless, a lingering echo of this worm's victims, devoured from within our crypts. It is so rare to speak with a morsel such as yourself. We have waited a long time for such an opportunity. Help us with a certain matter. Not without knowing what it is. Let us explain. We share a body with this worm, but we do not share its hunger. We are, after all, a remnant of its victims. And its feasts do not bring us pleasure. We are powerless to stop the worm ourselves, as we can exert only a limited influence on its body. There may be a way to pacify this creature for a time. Simply need a delivery. Delivery of what? We require an urn of anguish, sealed deep within the mausoleums. They contain the cremated remains of many endless, who were long ago burned by the living. Cruel fate is their consciousness lingers, but with no body to prove sensation. The endless trapped in those urns exist in a perpetual darkness, so if they were to join us, it would perhaps be a better fate. Sealed urns have yet to escape the worm's nose. Have yet escaped the worm's nose, but the ashes are of such magical potency we are sure they would satiate the worm, and the mausoleums would be left in peace. Bring us 3 urns of anguish, and you will have our gratitude. 2 reside in mausoleums, the 3rd is elsewhere. We know not where. Can I just slay the worm? A discord of laughs ring through your mind. Your delusion is amusing, morsel. What would you slay it with? That needle you carry? No, it would simply be eaten. Furthermore, we ourselves would likely perish. We are in a disagreement as to whether this is a desirable outcome. Was there some reward? We maintain a sliver of control over the worm's body. We feel a treasure lodged in its throat, accidentally consumed in the last feast. Perhaps we could just lodge it. Okay. Well, I need 2 more. I only have 1. Wonderful. So we'll go get some ashes. We already found 1, so that's nice. I saw one that was over the hill. That's the first one we got. One's way over there. And the 3rd one is, yeah. Somewhere. We'll see how that goes. Yoink. What in the... Jitter seed is a good find. We need it for our houses. That'd be cool if you could jot down worm landing site. Well, at least now I don't have to use too many potions. I don't think. Depends on how that goes. Oh, hello there. Okay. Yeah, that's a word. It's hello and hi at the same time. Hello there. The Endless sweeps the ground with its rake. though he just seems to be moving around the dirt. As you approach, he looks startled. Ah, breather, didn't notice you there. Not often I see your kind. Who are you? Who am I? Well, that's a good question. I've been wondering myself lately. I seem to have forgotten my name a few decades back. Was it Yem? Or Gluppus? Perhaps? It's all a jumble. Anyway, I'm the groundskeeper for the Duchess. At least I think I am. Not seen the girl for a good century or so. I'm starting to wonder if I made the whole thing up. Can I visit the Duchess? You can sure try. Her family manor is over yonder, but it's mostly just a ruin now, and she's hidden the entrance with a spell. You'll have to figure out how to get across somehow. She's also enchanted a bunch of skeletons to patrol the place, so watch your step. They can't really think. It's just a spell holding them together, so they won't hesitate to swipe at you. What is this place? Time ago, before we lot called ourselves Endless, these islands were known as Verdant. You remember that, but not your name. Our houses were made from beautiful wood, not those huge stone tombs you see today. Holy... this part of the island is the only place left where you can see a remnant of how things used to be. The rest of it has all rotted away. It's also where the Duchess lives, but she never leaves her manor. Thanks, I'll be going. Nice house, sir. That is an eyeball. And it's watching. She sees me on the cameras. That would be such a daunting thing, wouldn't it? Imagine being immortal and watching as all the things you enjoy just don't have, like, the same appeal they once did. Like, even smelling the air is gone. Simple feelings, like of touch, smell. Well, sight would be another one to be awful to lose, but they don't seem to lose hearing. Hey, no shooting at me. Oh, wow, that did no damage. That is one tanky skeleton, isn't he? Such a pain. Hey, what's this? We find it? Oh. Sweet. You've just not met an immortal without hearing. I mean, I guess if they took damage to their, you know, their inner ear, I mean, that's all it would take. First eardrum, if that rots away, then your hearing's gone. I mean, I guess that's another issue with having immortality and saying you're rotting away to the point that things are falling off, and it's like, you don't think your hearing would rot? Like, that's a very delicate thing, and if you're not maintaining it properly, yeah, that would go. Our bodies are very, very delicate. That would suck. Of course, that's not a big surprise. Imagine you lose all the 5 senses that bring you any kind of joy in life. That would suck. No. Do I have my hat on? Yep, switch it over, lockpick our way in. There's very few things that demand might to get. Well, he's dead. They're dead. I guess you could just strafe around it. Okay. I knew there was going to be a third one. Yep, there's the bridge. Wonderful. That's the whole puzzle. Want to call it that. I don't remember if there was anything else up here that I needed to explore. I don't believe so. I haven't really... Glorious silk. We'll take it. Yeesh. That was a little scary. I don't know why I did that. There's really no need for such risk, but, impatience got the better of me. Don't look down. You know, I feel like there should be a game that you do that, where you do a puzzle and it has, like, a light bridge. And, the real answer is that the bridge isn't done. Like, you hit one switch and it's like, and everyone will walk right off of it, but if you throw an item, throw a rock on it, and it'll just fall right through and you just go, that doesn't seem right. The second you throw a rock through it, they're just like, okay, you figured me out. Wasn't this one of the people we had to get? I'm pretty sure. I think this is the main quest, isn't it? The Duchess? Yep, that's the one. Hanging in the gloom, an endless woman is engrossed in ritual. She hisses violent, unfamiliar words while her hands trace sparks of light through the air, illuminating the books and the dust around her. Bow politely. No. Hello? Ali! The woman seems oblivious to your presence, her face inscrutable behind her mask. She continues to mutter esoteric phrases while sculpting glyphs of light. What are you doing? She screams, her voice seething with a wave of magical energy that sends the books crashing to the floor. Do you know how difficult it is to weave parallel cipher syntax while some idiot is talking in your ear? She groans in frustration. I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of a family crisis, and you caught me trying to conjugate a pair of superlatives. Sometimes I just hate ciphers, semi-honest. Well, I suppose if you bypass my security measures, you must have come here for a reason. Studies you a moment. You're not a cadaver assassin, are you? Sent by that infernal rider to try and lop off my head? Or some such. No, I'm not an assassin. She studies you a moment. Well, that's exactly what an assassin would say, I'll have to be sure. I'm just going to poke around in your mind. You may feel some tingling in your brain, but don't worry, this rarely leads to permanent damage. Did you say permanent? Pain slices through your head, followed by a plethora of discomforting feelings. Your senses are jumbled. You hear smell, taste sights, breathe sounds, everything warps, and you feel nauseous. Then you find yourself hunched over a huge book in candlelight, praying that your master won't find you with this forbidden tome. You run your hand over the ink and utter a few words. Your throat cackles with magical energy. You are suddenly very afraid. Yes, you remember, you were 6 years young, a child, scholar, taking your first tentative steps into the arcane. Your voice cuts through your dream. Youth of study, mortal. We are kindred spirits, you and I. But this isn't enough. I need more. Another wave of nausea. Reality churns around you until you wake in an Inquisition prison cell. The smell of rust and shit filling your nostrils. That's it, huh? With those Inquisition bastards, but you're not a player. Just some pawn in their scheming, blackmailed with the threat of oblivion. How pitiful. Once more you are submerged in memory. You see Vela's ship drifting away from you. With it, your only hope of salvation. Ah, so it's Vela you're after. I sailed with her for 10 years, even called myself a Dark Star. But I assume you knew that. Salt sent me. Oh, so that old sea slug's still with us. I must admit, I always thought the drink would kill him. But to hear he's working with the Inquisition after all we've been through? Well, this only deepens my suspicion. So tell me, do you kill for your masters? Do you take the lives of others to preserve your own? I avoid conflict. I'll kill anyone who stands in my way. Oh, of course. I'm sure you're extremely tough, but I should cower in fear and all the rest. Let's see the truth, shall we? Mind reels once more. You see the men and monsters who've stood in your way. Now you've clashed swords, evaded their blows, buried your steel into their flesh. You remember the chaos, the thrill, the bloodlust. The truth is, you enjoy it. He seems taken aback. Mortal, you're a monster. Blood you've spilled, nobody could ever atone for such wanton violence. Though I suppose I have no right to judge you, my conscience is hardly clear. What's this? Searing pain, and you see the flesh farm screaming in agony. You see Ryder, his cruel gaze, and you remember the deal you made. So you're in league with the cadavers. Your actions, whether in spite or folly, have cast a dark shadow on this island. Yet I see nothing to show that you mean me harm. I'll spare you the torment of further mind probes. I haven't seen the flesh farm yet. Well, that's unfortunate. I got here too soon, then. Any more and your brain could burst, and I don't want to clean that up. Where are my manners? We've learned all about you. I've not introduced myself. She feigns a pompous bow. The Duchess, at your service. But really, I am Philomena Caveridge, Duchess of Vestalshire. That's quite a mouthful, huh? You arrived about 6 centuries ago. I would have greeted you into a bustling household alive with music and merriment. My servants would have offered refreshments. I would have introduced you to my 5 darling children. She chuckles wearily. How is it that 600 years can pass so quickly? Now I drift in this cold tomb while my estate lies in decay. Sounds like you miss your former life. There's not an endless around who doesn't. But for most of us, it's hardly to think of our mortal lives without opening the door to our demons. See, I became Duchess the day my father died in the Great Devouring. You know what that was? Yes. Then you will know it is the darkest stain on my people's history. The Endless were born with an insatiable hunger. For decades we feasted upon those we once called kin. My family was no different. I was 5 and 30 years of age. When it happened, I had a husband, 5 beautiful children. You know, the cruelest thing? There was a part of us that knew what was happening. As I tore into my husband's flesh, I howled not in anger, but in sorrow, as my daughter gorged upon the bowels of her brother. I saw the tears streaming down her face. As I picked up my infant son, not 3 months old, I wanted to hold him, to kiss him. I never meant to. Her voice croaks, and she is silent a moment. You're a monster! So sorry, save your tears, mortal. There are some things you will never understand. The Endless is to live with terrible guilt. It is the same for all of us, but while most of us find comfort in rituals and traditions of old, I find them suffocating. She chuckles. But here I go again, dredging up the past. I think it's why I stopped getting invited to all those mausoleum things. Well, she is. Yeah, after, calling me a monster for enjoying the combat, the thrill of fighting enemies who had easily and as simply enjoyed killing me, that doesn't make you a monster. Meanwhile, Mr. Undead eats human flesh here. That's more of a monstrous thing. I'm not eating my own, so let's be real here. And no, don't say, oh, I'm an Endless, I'm not human anymore. Get the fuck out of here. You're more of a monster than me. Actually, by a long shot. By a mile. I didn't eat my baby and then feign that you don't know what it's like. What, I don't know misery? You think yours is somehow more oppressive than others just because you get to live longer? Kiss my ass. In fact, she had longer to get the fuck over it. So, let's be really real here. She had longer to get over it, so, yeah. I don't like the whole, you don't know what it's like. Maybe I fucking do. You didn't pull that memory, did you? Really rear. Let's get really rear in here. For someone that can actually do something with their butt, they can do that. I can't. So tell me, mortal, this hunt for Vela, what do you hope to accomplish? I must stop her from destroying the world. The world is at stake, and you would save it? Admirable, but of course, that's not how she sees it. I wonder, do you understand what's truly at stake? There's a hidden language to the universe, mortal, a web of signs and signifiers which establish to the very rules by which we live. Bella, she wants to change it. She wants to change reality itself to create a new world. How would that work? When we cast a cipher spell, we are speaking in the hidden language of the universe. But the rules, the grammar, the syntax, the signs themselves, all of us, from the humble scribe to the powerful cipher wizard, must adhere to these constraints. When we don't, there are often dire consequences. Like the whirlwind? She nods. I don't know for sure what happened back then, but I witnessed it with my own eyes. Felt it in my mind. It was the most powerful spell I have witnessed, and it was caught in a syntax cascade, an infinite loop. But if Vela's plan worked, she'd make the impossible possible. With the click of a finger, she could raise an empire, make anyone truly immortal, even raise someone from the dead. Sounds dangerous. Indeed, I have often weighed this dilemma in my mind. Would it be for good or for ill? My people live in torment, our decaying bodies, haunted minds, or prisons from which there is no escape. Could Vela's plan be our salvation, or would it subject the whole world to a similar torment? Yeah, it'd probably happen again. What do you think happened that blew everything up? Probably that, because it's down there. I haven't yet made up my mind, but if I'm honest, I would like to be there when the decision is made. Seems like our interests align. Alas, I'm somewhat engaged at the moment. I think I mentioned a family crisis. My daughter has been stolen from me. She closes her eyes. Her name is Ellen. Of all my children, she alone remains. I can still see her, 9 years young, holding my hand in the lush grass of verdant. Everyone in the village knew that beaming smile. She is 9 years old still, and the feeling of her hand in my own is all that keeps me clinging to this wretched existence. Now those damned cadavers have taken her. Can't you save her yourself? Oh, I am trying, but the cadavers are obsessive in their hatred of me. I must move slowly and carefully, she thinks for a moment. But you, as a stranger to the whole situation, you may very well have some advantage. The cadavers are a secretive bunch. I've caught wind that some of them frequent the rotten coffin and sepulchre. Wears a full suit of armor and holds a key that will grant access to the upper levels of the cadaver keep. Surely won't speak to me nor my lackeys, but you're an outsider. More than that, you're immortal, and cadavers are very interested in mortals. Okay. My daughter has a signet ring on her finger. Find her, and I'll help you track down Vela. You have my word. Cool, check this shit out. Peace. Right here he is. Let me just make sure my fancy hat's on. There we go. Looking to enter the cadaver keep. Heard I should speak to you. Stifles a laugh. A mortal asking to enter cadaver keep of their own free will? Well, now I've seen it all. Heard the rumors, breather, about what goes on in there. What goes on with your kind. What rumors? He chuckles. Well, some folks say the cadavers still haven't lost their appetite for thinking flesh. But deep in cadaver keep, there's an illegal trade in sentient meat, right under the queen's nose. He winks at you. Of course, it's all just nonsense. We follow the queen's law like everyone else. Even so, I just can't let you waltz into cadaver keep. Us cadavers are a private bunch, you have to understand. Must be something I can do to change your mind. He looks you up and down. Well, I suppose there might be one thing. A chunk of your flesh, still warm, fresh from the bone. That would prove your loyalty. What part of my flesh? Only a morsel, shall we say, shall we say, a finger. My flesh, are you insane? Oh, well, you're the breather who's trying to enter a stronghold of known flesh eaters, and I'm not asking for much. I'm not giving you my flesh. No. My answer is no. There may be no other way. I'll find a way. I might not, but I have other things I wish to do. How much for the house? The shopkeep chuckles to herself. Oh wait, you're serious? Well, I think I had an old sepulchre house deed knocking about in the old shop inventory. How do I maintain the house? Property station. Yep. Okay, thanks for your help. What's this? A thinking cap. Oh, there's lore. Well, we might as well buy it. There's the house deed. Slow? Variants of this spell were banned by the Inquisition. Can I afford it? Summoner's Earring. Accessory grants power over the dead, allowing its wearer to summon an additional skeleton in battle. Excuse me? Summon a skeleton. An additional skeleton. So I can summon skeletons at some point? When do I get such spells? Well, I definitely want slow. The spell is... meh. What was this one? The charm thing? I haven't used it. I should try to do it now. Skelly, apparently. Oh, so I need to upgrade the house one way or the other, which I currently have no money again, so I'm not doing that. Unless it's very cheap. Kinda is. A top floor? Yeah, I just don't have the money. Alright, I'll be back. Well, if I can upgrade it, I get a bed, so yeah. I accept this. Whoa, that was almost bad. Oh, I actually have an answer here. Hold on. Advance time! Good morning. Hey, look, my house is upgraded. Do I have a bed? There ain't no bed in here! You're kidding! Well, that's poop. That's poop. Well, we can get a top floor eventually. Whatever. Alright, take that off. We'll take slow. I like the idea. Slow! I wonder if we can take over some enemies. I should try. All I gotta do is put the helmet up. Oh, I have it on. Okay. Hey, buddy, what's up? Charmed! Oh, yeah, he's on my side now. Of course, if you hit him, he immediately breaks, but, you know. Eh. Oh, hey, look, there's where that lady said she wanted to tell me more stories, so I guess I could go over there. I haven't really used the poison throw. I'm going over here to grab this. I'm also going to drink a potion. Yummy. Creepy red-eyed tall thing. Wait, which one? Oh, hey! What, this guy? Oh, he's nice. He's a real champ. Yeah, you can see the... I wonder if your spells suffer the same thing. Like your spell damage is affected by that. Oh, the NPC? Ah, don't worry. They're all friends. They're a friend if they talk to you. That's all you need to know. I push through one of these walls. I'm just pushing into the wall just in case I can actually go into it. Nah. Likely. Hello? Who's up here? Oh, nice, a delusion. We have enough for another one yet? Oh, we do! I think I want to go one more persona and then stop. Yeah, that's fine. That's all the further I want to go. Then the rest goes into might. Oh, hello, lady who wants to talk to me. This is where it all started, the mercenary outfit known as the Dark Stars. We're zooming in too much, lady! Bella, Jack Basalt, Orlaith, just 3 of them in a cave with a rickety sloop and barely skyworthy. On one of their first jobs, they found me, or rather the real me, before I looked like rubbish. A rubbish painting, she grins. The 3 of them damn near killed me. So wait, you fought Vela? That's right, stranger. They'd been hired by a Reavan noble to round up Wiccans in Hollowshire, back before the Union was here in full force. So I woke up one morning with Orlaith's sword at my throat, in her full Emberian armor. It's quite the shock, though. Not as much of the shock I gave her, a bolt of pure electricity surging through all that metal. So we fought, me and my godling, versus the 3 of them. I almost escaped, but seeing Vela fight is something else. Usually I can scry what someone plans to do, but Vela's thoughts are bristling with possibilities. Before I knew it, she was behind me with a dagger to my neck. I thought I was dead, but she simply asked, "How would you like to be a merc?" So they brought me back here to their hideout. 3 became 4. You have to understand, stranger, I'd spent my youth cowering from Union and their agents. My parents taught me all I know of Wiccan magic, of how to hear the language of cipher in all things. When my parents vanished, I was left with no one. When I told Vela my story, she wept and embraced me. It had been a long time since I'd felt the touch of another person. Looking into her eyes was like staring into the void. Normally, stranger, I could read people, catch a glimpse of what's to come, but Vela, her future was a tangle of infinite possibilities. She was unreadable. It was intoxicating. Oh, so she's the hero of this story. Good. Then we get to play the villain when she dies. First few years of the Dark Stars, it was the first time I felt like I belonged somewhere. My comrades didn't fear my cipher. They relied on it. Never mentioned you were a Dark Star. That wouldn't be very mysterious of me now, would it? I have certain reputation to uphold, being a ghost and all. Besides, as far as I'm concerned, the Dark Star company that I knew is gone. Uh-huh. The first few years of the Dark Stars, it was the first time I felt like I belonged somewhere. My comrades didn't fear my cipher, they relied on it. Okay. Now what? Oh, go into the thing. Those early days of the Dark Stars, Vela took contracts from anyone, the Union, the Wiccans, even outlaws, but it was about the cause, not the coin. She couldn't stand the thought of being like her father, whose military campaigns had wrought so much upheaval. So if a contract smelled fishy, we turned it down and went hungry. We didn't mind. When we took a job, nothing could stop us. It wasn't long before our numbers swelled and we outgrew this tiny cave. Soon enough, everyone from the lowest ruffian to the loftiest noble knew of the Dark Stars. What made people want to follow Vela? Well, you know, she puts knives to their necks and then gives them no choice, so, What went wrong? To pay the new recruits, Vela had to be less scrupulous with her contracts. I clashed with her at times. When she slew the minor god Cernan, I flew into a rage. I never wanted the blood of a god on my hands. But it was when she found that damned Emberian key that things really got out of hand. There is an island drifting to the northwest of the Clockwork Kingdom. It contains the wreckage of the Black Goblin airship. Meet me there and I will finish this story. Oh. Well, I messed that up then. I have to go back to the Clockwork Kingdom. Whee! Okay. Fine. I'm just interested in how you died at this point. Excuse me. Okay. Well, once we get up and around this corner, there's a mausoleum we can go into, so we'll check it out. We do have our fancy hat on, so we're good there. Yeah, what's that put us at? It puts us at quite a high amount. I think it's, what, Charm is at 80 with that on. Okay. I think that's enough. We don't need any more. Because with the buff, we have 100 now. So, yeah, we can stop with that. The rest goes into might. Well, kind of a mix. Oh. I wonder why that's not working. Did I take that off? Oh, I did, because I can't summon skeletons right now, so... Neat. Skeleton? Ethereal Fletchet. Shoots a tightly coiled bolt of magic energy to damage a single foe. This spell makes a particularly versatile weapon because it's unusually quick incantation. Okay. I like new spells. Let's take a look. I don't really need Dispel anymore, do I? We're gonna use the Fletchet. Fletchet here. This could be Charm, and then this will be that. Okay. I haven't used Dispel once, because if I have the buff, I don't want to use it. It'll take my own buff away. Let's try it. We got a new spell, finally. Well, a new spell that's damaging. Hey, buddy, what's up? Fletchet! Again! Oh, we like this. How expensive was that? Yeah. We have gotten new spells, they're just not killing spells, and we like the damage ones. We even have slow, which I haven't used because I kill it so fast. What do I need to slow it for? So I feel like the ghost doesn't like... He's probably not a fan of me because I've been killing so many gods. And Vela's next on the list because I guarantee you once she gets the power, it just makes her into a god. And it's the same thing where they have to make, you know, shitty deals for people to get their power. Oh, this is the one I remember. Like, you can sneak around here. You can do this. Or you can lockpick. Nope, this one you have to find it. Which I think it was a cheap one. Oh, a fourth one, huh? But if you go over here, the guy's like, hey, you could talk your way in. No, you can't come in. Go away. Why won't you let me in? Because I paid for the exclusive right to live in this tomb. I'm meant to be feigning death, not entertaining visitors. Go away. Who are you? Your name's Mygar. And I don't care who you are. Get your own crypt. I paid for this one fair and square. Ian Mygar, please. There's a long pause from the other side, then a sigh. Fine. You hear the sound of a bolt being drawn back. The door swings open. Thanks, man. What the? Oh, I think this is where the worm came in and ate him. He's upset about it. This is quite clearly not a normal endless. This Mygar is a ghost, and the original Mygar who was locked in here is nowhere to be seen. What are you looking at, mortal? You're a ghost. What? Poppycock. I'm flesh and blood, just like you. To demonstrate this point, he waves an arm at you. It passes right through you. He smirks at you, apparently believing he's proved his point. I think you were eaten by a catacomb. When you say this, the ghost's eyes go blank. He stares into the distance for a long moment, and jumps back with a shriek. He backs away, staring up at the memory that only he can see. No, please, ferryman, save me! Save me, no! He curls up into a ball, sobbing, and won't say anything else. Hello? The ghost's eyes go blank. He stares into the distance for a long moment. He jumps back with a shriek. Well, this is the quick way through. You can get this. Grab one of these. The potency of potions. Neat. Oh, hey, look! Ah, there's another urn, which is the second mausoleum. Makes sense. Can't open that. Go over here, though. But I think if you go through here, you can open this door, too. Not really a point, but you can. I don't think he had anything in here. Just a lockpick, which is whatever. I think you can jump out here and do something. Is that the thing? That's it. Sure you can open that. You have a sword. Well, sometimes. Sometimes the sword works. I guess that's it. Yeah, that was all this was. That was quick and easy. I mean, this is a thing that you could come here pretty quickly. So, you know, we're a little bit powerful. See, here's the thing I can do now, is if I go to my rings, equipment, rings, I can take the defense off, put this on, and then drink the potion. I want to see how much this gives. Ooh, that's pretty good. We like that. I would rather have that. Switch to my lockpicking, open it up. There you go. It's so easy to switch over that it's like, why wouldn't you? Go, are you lockpicking? Switch over. How much does this have? 20, 10. So keep the lockpicking on unless you're going to talk with somebody. Then you want to switch. That shit. And again. And again. And again. And again. And another one. It's a little bit weird because the book's just like constantly like... I don't think you're supposed to... Well, with 100 spell casting, things are a little out of control. Oh, there's the giant meat. Giant meat thing that they're using for food. It's, lovely. But that's okay, I just want to go, whoop! There we go. Shortcut open, so if I teleport back, we're fine. Matter of fact... Take this off. I want... Defense. So I forget what the snake one was. Immune to poison, which, like, I've never been poisoned. I'm not quite sure the value of that. It might be an issue once we get down to the Underlands. I'm assuming we're going to the Underlands. I mean, that is the main point of the game. Yeah. This jotted down. Nice. How are we looking with the map? Really not all that great of a map, huh? What's this island? It's not even on that, so I wonder... This is where they were hiding. So we're right here. We need to go up here. We could probably open that up, but there's no point. Well, maybe there is. Maybe it's up higher than... No, because I think you can get there early. He's like, no. Should we talk with the flesh farm now? I guess I could. Let's make sure we got our proper hat on for the affair. Okay. When he turns to you, you can see his eyes are obscured by two large golden coins. He lifts one of them and praises you swiftly before dropping it back into place. Don't get many like yourself around here, lifelipper. Can't remember the last time I saw a person with their own nose. He taps his own hollowed-out nostrils. An earthworm squirms within. Gross. Can't say I'm enjoying having a nose right now. My flesh farm's got an honest musk to it. Smell of life in all its sweaty glory. At least that's what I've been told. Ain't got a nose myself, as established. Fell off, 170 years back, into a river, as I recall. Can I ask you some questions? What do you know about the entombed one? Well, he's entombed, as I know that much for sure. Care to elaborate? No. Listen, whatever's down there, I don't want to piss it off by speculating about its nature. It's huge and it's powerful. Hopefully Penitent Thaw and the Queen of Silver, or someone can send it back to sleep. And if it does wake up, well, I'll worry about it then. I wanted to know. Who are you? My name's Maggotson. Used to be called something different back when I was a breather, of course. Forgotten what it was exactly. During the wars, I didn't have a name at all. It was just a walking bag of hunger and spite. 200 years ago, I became a flesh farmer, and suddenly I needed a name again. Maggotson sprung to mind. On account of the little wrigglers I got hatching in my skin. That's gross, dude. Why are you wearing coins over your eyes? To pay the ferryman, of course, when my time comes. You say this was a flesh farm. Vital work, mate. Vital work. Without the flesh farms, we'd be back in the bad old days, relying on life essence stolen from the living. All that is a relic of the past now. Is there anything about working on the flesh farms you dislike? Well, most worshippers of the ferrymen have gone to live in the mausoleums now. I'd have joined them in a heartbeat, but my work here is too important. Shame, though. What do you actually do here? The most important bloody job on the whole bloody kingdom. Not that you'd know it by the pay. I tend the flesh. It's all alive, you see, but it's mindless. I hose it down, connect to the feeding tubes thrice a day, snip off weird growths, comb it for parasites. It's not glamorous work, to be sure, but without it, we'd be out there in our warships again, killing you living folk. And I've done enough killing in my time. I had other questions. You have to deal with attacks by the catacomb worms? When you say the final two words, Maggotson twitches so violently that a golden coin falls from his eyes. He snatches it back up hastily. Don't go saying their name too loudly, breather. My mate, Reg, says they can hear their name across 100 miles. Well, I see them. In the cloud there. They'll show up just to spite ya. Okay, I think I get it. Sure. Can I speak with you? You are gazing upon a vast mass of heavy, quivering, pulsing flesh. It is utterly featureless apart from the occasional callous, weeping sore, or stubby vestigial appendage. As you stare, you hear a voice in your head. You are like me. The voice fills your skull without bothering to pass through the intermittent air. A colossal mind-fracturing sound like the explosion of a star. Get out of my head! Who are you? You breathe, you sweat, you eat, sleep, excrete, correct? I suppose. What of it? Try to be quieter, will you? You are like me, a living thing, unlike the dried-up husks who cannot hear me no matter how bitterly I scream. Are you referring to the Endless? Or you can hear me because I am alive. Correct, I speak in words of flesh and life. Your blood pumps my words from heart to mind. I am the way of all flesh. I have a simple question for you. What is the meaning of life? You were created by the Endless to serve as a source of life energy. Make a difference in the world. Understood. My directive is to amass power. It's not quite what I... Exactly. I think it's a little more. In that case, I have a task for you, subordinate. Perform it well, and I shall reward you handsomely when I control this realm. I can't help but feel you've interpreted my advice in the worst way possible. How may I serve you, master? Yes, yes, that's the spirit. The Endless have been feeding upon me for over 100 years, my subordinate. Make them stop. I can no longer tolerate this miserable existence at the bottom of the food chain. I'll talk to Maggotson, see if we can find a solution. How long have you been self-aware? Over 100 years. Although, in the early days, my thoughts were very simple and often illogical. I knew I didn't like pain, and that was about it. I've been getting smarter every year. I imagine that soon my cerebral capabilities will be quite frightening. Back soon. Without you, the silence is deafening. Huh. Kill it with fire? Well, he feeds people. We're gonna kill his brain, so, you know. Who are you? The rotted woman advances towards you, her robes trailing along the ground. Nearby is a floating cage, inhabited by a twitching, gibbering corpse. The cage drifts closer to you, gaining momentum. Hang on, stand right there, don't move a muscle. What? The caged corpse opens its mouth and begins singing a giddy melody. Your shadow lifts from the ground to wrap itself around your knees, bearing you down to the floor. Why have you come here? Are you an assassin, a thief, a rival mage? Seeking to steal my secrets? Who are you? My name is Pediment Thaw. Some call me the greatest living mage in the Sky Realms. Personally, I'm not sure I'm truly alive. The rest of it is right. Better answer my question carefully. Are you an assassin, a thief, a rival mage? Chasing someone from the Darkstar Company. Darkstar, huh? I'll take it you're after Vela Kalos. You know her? Only by reputation. Unlike the rest of the Endless, I actually make an effort to keep up with affairs in the outside world. So why are you chasing the most dangerous mercenary in all the Sky Realms? I've been forced into it by the Inquisition. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Interesting. They must be desperate indeed, trying to get a pawn like you to the end of the board. She makes a dismissive motion with her hand as suddenly as they came, the shadows recede, leaving you free to stand up. Honestly, I feel like you should start stabbing people quickly or just start throwing knives at people when they're like, they freeze you and you're just like... If you keep trying to reach to slow me down, I'm going to turn violent. Try to use words first. Go on, but make it quick. I'm growing bored. About those vats of flesh down there. The flesh farms? A fine invention if I do say so myself. You created them? Oh yes! I've always been interested in transgressing the boundaries of the flesh. The Endless need life force, you see, and we're getting through it the most barbaric means. First they ate their fellow countrymen, then when they ran out of mortals, they started attacking other islands. Then I arrived and put a stop to all that. The magic was quite complex, so I won't go into it, but the flesh farms are non-sentient, provide enough life force for the Endless to gorge themselves sick, all without hurting a single soul. I have a question about the Endless. Ask away. Far be it from me to stand in the way of an inquiring mind. What's your opinion of the Queen of Silver? I have a low opinion of royalty, useless for the most part, and the Queen isn't necessarily an exception. But she did give me the sanctum and the freedom to experiment as I please, so she suits my purposes. If anyone challenges her, I will quite happily destroy them. How did you become an Endless? Unlike the rest of the walking cadavers you've no doubt met, I only arrived here 2 centuries ago. I was dying of some embarrassing, incurable malady that made me cough and splutter like an idiot. I requested to be made one of the Endless, but they denied me. Well, first they tried to eat me, but I kept them at bay with magic. Then they denied me. They were impressed by my spells and allowed me to stay in the kingdom for a while. How did you persuade them? Over the next year, clinging to life by a thread, I secretly created the first of the flesh farms. I told the queen that I could make more, enough to sustain the whole kingdom without need for bloodshed, but I was going to die soon and take my secrets with me. Well, I was made an Endless pretty quickly after that, I can assure you. Cool. Questions about you. We'll keep it brief. What's that in the cage? This is my familiar, my ex-husband's soul. I turned him into an embodiment of, an amplifier for, all my spells and wards. If he ever escapes the cage, you better start running and not look back. How did you turn your ex-husband into a familiar? I was married to my husband to secure an alliance for my family. I never much liked him. A man whose brains were in his fists. Once upon a time, I promised him that one day, when I was a powerful mage, I'd come back to our pathetic village and make a hell of our own devising. Just for him. I made good on that promise. Okay. Let's go talk to the guy downstairs, then. She had nothing for me. I'm guessing I talked to him and then go back upstairs. Hello, breather. What brings you all the way out to my farm? Did you know your flesh farm has become self-aware? Ha! That's funny, mate. You're a riot. No, I'm serious. The flesh mass has been communicating to me telepathically. What? Are you being serious? Of course I am, you idiot. Yes, and it wants you to stop feeding on it. Ah, and what? Did it sing you a song? Did it whisper sweet nothings in your ear? It's been self-aware for decades, but only the living can hear it. Listen, mate, this still sounds like a joke to me. If you're serious, go talk to Penitent Thaw. Okay. I figured. I mean, the best bet is to, like, remove its sentience, because this is kind of a necessity to stop war. The vats of flesh. Did you know the flesh farm is becoming self-aware? Interesting, elaborate. I conducted a lengthy conversation with it inside my head. It can only speak to the living, but it can speak. What level of intelligence are we talking about here? Did it exhibit any unusual traits or particularly alien preferences? It seems to have become obsessed with amassing power somehow. Somehow. Megalomaniac. Not good. Anything else? Only that it doesn't want to be used as a food source. It seems remarkably intelligent for a lump of flesh. That's worrying. This immortal, what you're saying should be impossible. If you're telling the truth, we have a problem. If flesh farms are becoming sentient and don't want to be eaten, then, well, the Endless will no longer have a moral way to sustain themselves. It could mean a return to the bad old ways. Bad old ways? Before I came along and created the flesh farms, yes, we know this part. A few old bastards like Lord Ryder has been pushing for them to return. Why would anyone want to go back to that? Bloodlust, arrogance, power. Take your pick. I don't see how that's a good idea for them, because I feel like declaring war with, yeah, sure, you're unkillable, but if you get downed in combat and they burn you to ash, you're no longer useful and you cannot reproduce. Well, it sounds like they can. Like they can force other people into it, but is that what they want to do? I mean, I guess they just capture a town and turn it into that, but then it's a question of, do they have to eat meat to sustain themselves in their immortality? Is it absolutely required? Or, because if that is, then they're not endless, because when they run out of food, they ain't endless no more. What should we do then? Most importantly, we need to kill the flesh farm that's developed sentience. It might be our only one. There are dozens of flesh farms in the kingdom buried under the mausoleums, and we don't want this infection to spread to any more of them. But surely it has a right to life. It's a lump of inanimate flesh. We'd be doing it a favor. Very true. In addition, we need to ensure that Lord Ryder never hears about this. Have you told anyone else? Only Maggotson. You fool, you need to go check on him at once. Go. Shit. Ethics of eating flesh. Maggotson has disappeared. You notice traces of blood on the floor. This could be Lord Ryder's doing. You should visit his estate on the cliffs. Well, we're boned. Well, we gotta save that idiot. I mean, would the Endless even care about pain? They'd be like, well, I can't die. Well, I guess they could give them fates worse than death. That's kind of like the weakness of them, isn't it? Like, yeah, you're endless. You'll always have sentience, but what good is it? There's ethics to eating flesh? Unfortunately. Turns out if it, you know, has its own sentience, it's probably not okay to just force it through pain. What? I don't know what you're talking about, Andy. Nothing. Nothing at all. Alright. Well, we have to stop there for tonight. Oh, it just closed the whole game. But we're gonna get out of here for the night, and tomorrow we'll probably finish up a lot of what's going on in the Endless, because the Endless I don't think takes as long as the Clockwork Kingdom. But do not let me forget, in case I do, I have to go back to the Clockwork Kingdom to get the rest of that story from the Ghost. This is important. Back to the Ghost. We need to do that. But I am going to get out of here for the night. Thanks, everybody, so much for hanging out and watching. Good night, good afternoon, good morning. Whichever the case is for you. I'm out of here. Stay majestic.